Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Constance the Reader and we're doing another vlog. I'm trying to get a good rhythm with these even though I don't start them on the best day. I'm typically ending them on the best day, starting them on the worst day. But hey, this is my fourth week of work. So after this week is over, I will have done this job for a month. So that's exciting. So I want to do a better job of managing my time for reading. I think I have done a decent job with the last few vlogs, but we're going to really get into it this time. I'm going to do a better job. But anyway, today is Tuesday, July the 7th, I think, and I've got some things I want to read. So I've been reading a lot of stuff on Lezen, which I'm really, really, really happy about. First, I'll say I have caught up on full book. It does come back. So I caught up to season 1. Season 1 is over, right? Okay, I should say I caught up to the finale of season 1. I believe season 2 starts in August, but I will put the picture up because I saw on Twitter from the creator, like, when it's coming, and I'm excited for that. The way that ended, and I think what we're going to get into, I'm really excited for. I mean, there's a lot of deep-seated issues with our two main characters, one more so than the other, I think, but we're going to get into the other one. And I can't remember the blonde hair dude's name for the life of me, but I remember Eli, the one who's the brunette, basically like the dom in the situation. And I definitely think we're going to be discovering more of his background and seeing probably them when they were younger and like more of the dynamic of how they met and like what was going on with them during high school. I know that I had reread from the beginning for a full book so I could catch up, and then I was like a few episodes behind. I kind of want to reread it all over again just because I feel like I have to. I don't know, like full book is really, really interesting, especially because, you know, our first main character, the way that he, I think really is desperate for love and for someone to love him and to care for him, but also feels very wrong about the things that he is into. I don't know if it's just because of him meeting Eli back in high school or if there were more things going on with him before that. We haven't really gone that far back with them as like kids yet, like that dynamic and their background. But I am really interested. I'm really interested to see where this goes. And the way it ended was just really sad. It was kind of sad. It was a bummer, but not in a bad way, just in a way like I feel bad for these characters. So I'm excited to see what season 2 has to hold, basically. In my last reading vlog, I talked about the fact that I did read Love Junkie. I think it was up to episode 40, and my God, it was a fucking roller coaster ride, dude. Love Junkie is crazy. Now, y'all haven't seen me talk about Love Junkie yet. Well, you will have by the time you see this, obviously. I just haven't taken those clips and putting them on my computer and edited it yet. I'm editing the vlog from the week before that. Love Junkie is a roller coaster. I hate every single person involved. I typically, you know, I'm like, oh no, I want a woman to be sandwiched between two men. I hate the woman. Okay, I hate the main female character. She drives me crazy. I don't know what to expect from whatever happens when it comes back, but I'm here for it. Yes, ma'am. I'm so, I don't know how to feel about what is happening in the series right now. This is kind of a spoiler. So Ji Woo and Jo Hee are together. I'm pretty sure that's her name. I always get her name wrong, but basically, you know, when things ended, I think it was when season 1 ended, she basically broke things off with Ji Woo. And when we come back, we see that he is absolutely devastated. He started hurting himself again. He is very depressed. He's drinking. And she keeps thinking about him and he keeps thinking about her. But the frustrating thing is like the miscommunication of they both like the other one. They don't believe that the other one likes them. And they think that the other one only wants this to be like a sex thing. But they both want something more. I feel frustrated with Jo Hee. With the woman, sorry. I'm gonna put her name up. I keep forgetting it. But I feel more frustrated with her because I don't think that Jiwoo has given her any reason to not feel comfortable expressing herself honestly. So she's kind of like holding back how she really feels. And I know we're going to get more into that. We saw what happened with her ex a little bit, okay? We're going to be seeing more, and her ex drives me crazy. The way that episode 40 ended, where, yeah, I want to see her really beat his ass, but I don't want her to get back with him. I want her to keep developing whatever's going on with Jiwoo, but I'm scared because of the way that things got back on track. They're not quite the same. And that's depressing a bit, I can't deny. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much all I've read so far on Lezen. I did get more into Release Your Persona, but I'm not done with it yet. That's been fun. It was a bit of a twist and I liked it. I didn't read, oh, that's right, I talked about Driver's High. We talked about that last vlog, but I did read Driver's High. I finished that one. It was so good. I love Driver's High. I would highly recommend it. The reason why I thought of that was because it was so much shorter than I thought it was. So I was mad at myself that I didn't read it earlier on, but it fit for the readathon. When it came to Release Your Persona, that one's even shorter, and it's fun. It's fun so far. It's not my favorite, but I'm not done with it yet. So we'll see. Maybe that might change. Like, I'm pretty much almost to the side stories. That's on Tappytoon. I haven't read anything recently on Webtoon, but I want to get into something. Maybe I'll pick up the Spark in Your Eyes again. I didn't even get to the end of season 1 on that one, so I want to get back into that. And then I think I had only a few lingering episodes of The Cup of Vengeance is in Your Hands. I don't know if I'm going to continue with that one. I liked it, but like after everything was pretty much resolved, I don't really care to see them having children. I don't give a damn. No, not to be rude, I just don't care. I can move on with it. And then I had started something else, but I didn't make it very far. I'll put the picture up. I did like that one. I think I would like to continue with that one because it seemed really funny, but it's really long if I remember correctly. So we'll see. Now, as far as the stuff I want to read that's manga, now y'all know the shit typically around me doesn't change, okay? We still have a giant stack of stuff that I said I wanted to read. I just realized I never read Crimson Spell like I wanted to for the readathon, so we will be putting that back because I'm not in the mood for it now. But other things I want to read that are here, I'm in the mood for. So I want to read Only My Psycho. I want to read The Betrayer's A Love Song. There's another thing that I got last month. Ooh, or I guess the month before. Shit, I don't remember what it is. I'm going to find it and I'll put the picture up, or we'll talk about it later and you'll see. I had just done my haul video and I said that I hadn't read volume 5, but I did. I'm going to reread it though, because I got volume 6, and that is Kusunoki is Flunking Her High School Glow Up. I did read this, but I'm going to reread it because I don't remember everything and get into volume 6. I do need to find out when volume 8 comes out, or volume 7. 8, girl, you're skipping one already. I need to find out when volume 7 comes out. These seem to be taking like a bit of time in between, so that's kind of frustrating. Like, I feel like I forget things very quickly when it comes to this story, and I have to reread. Totally fine with rereading, but yeah, I wish that it was coming out faster, if I'm being honest. I want to read volume 1 and volume 2 of Wait, I Love You. I don't remember if 2 is the last volume or if there's going to be a third one. It might just be 2. I don't see a to be continued, but we'll see at the end. So I want to read these. I need to read volume 5 of It Takes More Than a Pretty Face to Fall in Love. I want to read volume 5 of Choking on Love. I want to read volume 3 of The Bride of the Death God. And one I totally forgot, but I got it early on in June, is volume 3 of Let Me See the Real You Senpai. I'm surprised I haven't read it yet. Now, another thing I said wrong on the video that you will see before this is I said I had read volume 3 of Phantom Busters. I haven't. Oh, girl. Sorry. That wasn't a fart. That was my pop socket. I moved it. We're going to do that again because I don't want you to think I tooted. Sounds like a whoopee cushion. Because I bought volume 4, I said, oh yeah, I'm only one behind. No, I did not read this. That was my bad. And that was because I was supposed to also read it with volume 6 of Firefly Wedding, and I did not finish this. I got almost to the halfway mark. So there's a lot of stuff here that I really want to read, that I really need to get into reading, and I haven't. So I'm going to switch some things around, spice this up, change this up, so I can maybe get a little bit more motivated into reading the physical manga that I have. I also have stuff back here that's Smile and Adabana. So I want to read this. I want to read both of those. So we're going to, like I said, change things up. We'll come back. I hopefully will have read, I'm going to call it for 5 volumes of something. Wish me luck. After Devin gets home, I'm going to turn my fucking phone off. So I cannot be disturbed. I cannot look at TikTok. And we're really getting into it. Tomorrow, I'm working. I don't really have a lot of interviews. So I might have like a little bit of more free time to read, but we'll see. You know, they might do shit at the last minute and piss me off. But without further ado, let's get into this new reading vlog for July. First read down. I finished Firefly Wedding Volume 6. Ooh, I'm really excited for Volume 7. I'm really, really, really excited. I do kind of feel like I've lost steam with Firefly Wedding a bit. It's not that it's bad. It's not that it's not enjoyable, but I do kind of feel like this part where they're just still trying to figure it out. And I know it's going to take time, but I feel like this storyline of, you know, Kasagiri, like toying with them, like it just feels like it took forever. And I don't know. I just like, I was starting to get bored and less excited about Firefly Wedding, but I'm really excited for what's to come, especially with the way this ended. And I want to see some corrupt people go down. Like I like the way that there's so much nastiness and corruption in here. It's sick and it's twisted, and it should be illegal, and it should be dealt with accordingly. Don't let these people get away with all this bullshit. That's what I got to say. But anyway, yes, I really, really like it so far. It's very good. Don't know when Volume 7 comes out. I think it comes out this month. If it does, I'll put that I was correct up in the corner. And that's that. So now what am I going to read? I'm going to move on to Adabana. I'm going to reread Volume 1 because I don't remember everything. And this came out a while ago. And I read it when it first came out. So we're going to read the first 3 volumes. Well, not the first 3 volumes. It's only 3 volumes. We're going to read the 3 volumes of Adabana and then see where we go from there. Honestly, another thing I really want to read that's to the side of me is A Broken Ring. Even the few... I did read The Broken Ring a little bit last year, but I don't even think I read like 3 episodes on Tappy Toon or whatever. So I know that I'm not far enough into it digitally. Like it would be like starting it over from the very beginning. Oh shit, I'm not even putting it. It would be like starting it over from the very beginning, as if I didn't read it, because I only remember like this much. So we'll see. I think I do want to get into The Broken Ring though. These first 2 volumes, and then yeah, we'll see from there. I mean, if I do that gets me well over 5, which is what I said I wanted to read. So we'll see, but I will talk to you guys in a second. Wow. Okay, I just finished Adabana. This was really good. I thought I was going to end up more emotional, but I didn't cry, so good for me. But wow, this was a really good mystery thriller. If you're looking for a mystery thriller, almost kind of like a whodunit, I guess, manga, I think you would really, really like this. Very layered, lots of twists, very, very good. I would rate this 5 stars. So that's the non-spoiler review. I'll do a spoiler review now. So I'm going to read the back first of the first volume. A small town is shocked by the gruesome murder of a student, Mizuki Ayakawa. The victim's best friend confesses to the brutal crime. However, Mizuki's public defenders are convinced there's more to the story. Who is she protecting and why? As the mystery unravels, a tale of exploitation, trauma, and survival is revealed on the suspenseful crime drama. So, yeah, just very sad. Very sad what these young girls had to put up with, what these young girls had to deal with. It was really awful. So the first volume is all about us really being dropped off right when we are kind of discovering that someone has died, and now someone is basically taking the blame for this apparent murder. Mizuki turns herself into the police and says that she killed her best friend, Mako. I think that Mako's body was found first. Yeah, that's right. Mako's body was found first, and she ends up confessing to this murder. But when her lawyers get there, which at first she doesn't want anything to do with them, she's just kind of like, I'm going to do what I've got to do, take the blame. They do not buy her story. They are very skeptical of what is going on. They do not think that she's telling the truth. She, in time, reveals that Mako wasn't the only person who she killed. She also killed her uncle. And what we see in this is that Mako has been being exploited by her uncle. He has been assaulting her, taking photos and videos of her, and he's been distributing child pornography of her. Mako and Mizuki have very different lives. You know, Mako, her parents died when she was young. Well, no, I'm sorry. Actually, her mom died, I think, when she was young in an accident, and her father was injured, so he doesn't work. She, trying to be a good daughter, works with her uncle, her father's brother, in his ramen shop to try to make ends meet, like, on top of whatever, like, little bit of government assistance they get. She's bullied on and off in school because of this, but the person who is always by her side is Mizuki. Mizuki being the girl who confessed to killing Mako. Mizuki's life is totally different. She has like a helicopter mom, a dad who's not really there, but she would probably, I wouldn't say that she wants for nothing because her mom is so strict that she can't actually get anything she wants. She has to do everything that her mom says. And what we find out about Mizuki's life is her mother, probably her father too, but mostly her mom, was extremely hard on her children. But before Mizuki, it was Mizuki's older brother. And she was strict, probably harassing him, bullying him. No love in the family, no love given to these children. And he ended up killing himself. So she turned her, like, obsession with perfection away from her son who killed himself onto her daughter. So Mizuki is not living a life that she's really happy about. She doesn't get to do anything fun. It is only about school, and getting a government job, getting into public office or something like that. So, you know, you have these two young girls who have difficult home lives, who find solace in each other. They help each other in different ways. That's really, really, like, important, you know, really, really significant to their life. So when Mako is trying to, like, plan something with Mizuki like, no, like, there's no way my mom would let me do it, and I can't get the money. Mako's like, well, I might have an idea. And as I said, we, in this volume, find out, like, Mako's uncle is assaulting her. We find out a little, I'm sorry, this is actually the first one. Wait, no, this is the second one. This is the first one. Okay, sorry, getting ahead of myself again. So Mako basically sends Mizuki to the ramen shop. I do think that she really was hoping that he would not try to harass her friend, but yeah, he basically tries to rape Mizuki, tries to film it, and what we see at the end of volume 1 is Mizuki killing Mako's uncle in self-defense because he was about to rape her, right? And that's where it ends. And, you know, the end of the first volume is crazy because it's like, what the fuck? Like, you know that there's more to the story. We also kind of find out that someone is stalking Mako. And that eventually comes into play with everything as well. And the twist on this is just really fucked up and also extremely, I mean, it's fucked up and sad. How disgusting the men of this story are. The adults of this story are. They are disgusting people, scumbags. Okay, so we know that Mako is being stalked. We know that her uncle has been killed by Mizuki. And at the very end, the other part we see is that Mizuki ends up meeting Mako's stalker, confessing everything to him about what's going on. And then despite Mako telling Mizuki, don't do that. You can't trust him. Okay. In volume 2, we get to see the background, even more of the background of Mako now. And I feel like it's very, very, very detailed. Like, she becomes the main, she is the main character of the story, even though she is dead, in the first and the in the third book. We see the most of her in volume 2, but it is really, really tragic, the life that she has, right? So her mom is dead. Her father is disabled. He doesn't work. She's being assaulted by her uncle, and she hates her life. The only person who brings her any kind of joy is Mizuki. Mako ends up running into another guy who eventually becomes her stalker, and his name is Yuki. He's older. He's a very popular person around town, and they start to go out. She ends up confessing what her uncle has been doing to her, and he tells her, don't worry about it, I'm going to make it stop. And magically it stops. And this was one of the reasons why Mako kind of sent Mizuki to her uncle. I think, and you have to remember, she is a kid. I really think that she thought, he won't do that with anyone else. It was only me. He really hurt her mentally, emotionally. He really tried to beat her down. And I hate that he was pretty successful in the way that she ends up viewing herself. He calls her all of these derogatory names. She starts to feel like that's who she is. And that was part of the reason why she kind of confessed to Yuki, because she's like, you're so nice to me. How could you be nice to someone like me? And this has happened to me, right? Well, Yuki is not a good person. He is evil. He is on the same level of evilness as her uncle, because the reason why her uncle stops filming her is because Yuki starts to film her, and he starts working with the uncle. He starts to abuse Yuki. He starts to abuse Mako. It becomes an abusive, toxic, evil relationship. And, he's really not allowing Mako to, live her life like a teenager should, right? Well, the night now, since we're still in the past, we see the night that Mako had sent Mizuki to her uncle. At this point, Mako was seeing that there were cameras in Yuki's room, and she would confront him, and she would say, you have to stop, like, don't film me, I don't think that this is right. But his mask is slipping. It's no longer sweet Yuki, it's I don't fucking care, and I'm making the videos of you. She doesn't know at that point, when she confronts him, that he is working with her uncle. But she still works for her uncle. She still works in his restaurant. She is, on the night that she sent Mizuki to him, she delivers food, and the person who gets the food is a man, and he basically compliments her videos, outing himself as a customer of the child pornography, and he shows it to her, but she realizes, oh, those aren't the videos for my uncle in the ramen shop. Those are videos of me and Yuki in his house. So she knows, oh my God, this is what's going on. And what actually happened the night at the ramen shop was Mako killed her uncle to save Mizuki. So now that I'm talking through it, I was sitting here and I was like, fuck, dude, like, it's so frustrating because the things that Mizuki ends up doing, they don't really make sense if you're trying to take Yuki down. But the truth is that Mizuki was really trying to protect Mako. She picked up on the fact that she was in an abusive relationship early on. She ended up, unfortunately, dealing with the uncle, and she found out by snooping around herself that, oh my God, the uncle was doing this thing that, Mako was trying to keep from Mizuki out of shame. Mizuki already knew. She discovered it, and she had basically vowed not to deal with this. Then she finds out about the stalker. She puts 2 and 2 together. She realizes that it's the boyfriend, Yuki. And she's like, okay, she's putting 2 and 2 further together because she finds out that they're working together. She finds out that it is Yuki and the uncle who were distributing this. The only thing is that At the time, Yuki doesn't know that the uncle is dead, but Mizuki reveals it, and she has this bigger plan going on. So even though I don't know if she really knew exactly what she was going to do, she basically was like, I'm going to find a way to keep him away from Mako, not have her get in trouble for what happened, but maybe get Yuki out of her life. Still, some of the decisions that she made didn't really make any sense in terms of like, how would that really get him in trouble? I feel like it wasn't until volume 3 where her lawyers figure things out that she kind of realizes, oh, okay, I don't have to take the fall for this, just so Mako doesn't, isn't revealed as a murderer. I think that was her motivation. I'm not really sure, but Mizuki is actually pretty smart along the way. She finds a way to get evidence that implicates Yuki, even though Yuki doesn't end. Okay, so here's like the real spoiler of like how it ends, right? So the lawyers finally get Mizuki to kind of admit to what's going on, but she leaves some things out. She still leaves I think she left the porn out. I think she left the pornography out, and she left Mako killing her uncle. I think that's what happened. She definitely left out killing the uncle, but because she didn't want anybody to know anything bad about what was going on to her friend. I think Mizuki was really, really, really trying even more not to let that happen. But that was even before Mako ended up dying, right? So how Mako died, right? He's been harassing her. Yuki's been harassing Mako. She feels like she's going crazy because she's seeing them together. She's seeing Mizuki and Yuki together. He's doing things on purpose to make her think like he's having sex with Mizuki. He's really getting in her head. And finally, after many, many times that he's harassed her, he basically says, you should just kill yourself. And she does. And Mizuki finds her. She realizes what happened. And I think in that moment, Mizuki was thinking, okay, I have to get rid of the evidence of her killing herself. I can go to the police and I can tell them what happened, but will they take everything else seriously? Because Mako already tried to go to the police and they didn't care. They didn't do anything. Some of them were involved with Yuki. So what Mizuki ends up doing is she cuts off her hand because Mako slit her wrist. She hides the murder weapon and she stabs Mako to make it look like she was murdered in that way. And then she cut her fucking head off, which was crazy. Okay, fucking insane. But all of this leads to Yuki basically getting involved further. And her plan does work. I mean, they are able to do things so that even though Yuki doesn't get the justice that he should have gotten, which is like the murder of Mako, what he did to her, the child pornography and everything, the rape, he still, like, everything that he worked for is gone. And even that he ends up going to jail. We find out that he dies living off the street. It was crazy. Here's the last twist of it all, though. We kind of find this out in volume 2, but definitely in volume 3. So sick. The uncle was abusing Mako. He was working with Yuki to get new videos and distribute more. But there was a third person involved. It was Mako's father. That was so disgusting to read. And that's why I said in the beginning, like, men are absolutely disgusting, because all 3 of these men exploited this young girl. Yuki, I find absolutely disgusting, but if I'm ranking, he goes below the brothers, because that was your daughter. You allowed your daughter to be raped. You allowed your daughter to have that happen to her and then be filmed and then profit off of that. You took the money, and that is just absolutely disgusting. The uncle is a disgusting monster. All of these men end up dying horrible deaths, but is it really enough for what they put Mako through? And in the end, it's just so sad, because Mizuki gets out of jail. I think, I don't remember how long she spends in jail, but she becomes an adult, basically. she ends up meeting her lawyer, and, you know, he kind of says, like, I feel like this is what really happened, even though you copped to this is what happened. And, you know, she basically doesn't say yes, but she's like, look, I had an agenda. I wasn't going to let some of these things get out, and I wanted Mako not to, I maybe have that associated with her name. Maybe that's what it was. That was her thought process. But in the end, he's like, you know, can I take you somewhere to celebrate you being released? She's like, yeah, take me to Magic Land. This is the place that they were supposed to go. The place, you know, I don't want to say started it all, but, like, you know, that was the reason why Mizuki was meeting the uncle, was so she could get money to go here. She goes there. She basically takes some time to herself, and she sees the ghost of Mako, and she releases it. And that was just so tragic, because here is Mizuki as an adult seeing the 18-year-old Mako, forever 18, you know. It's sad. I mean, oh my God, it's just so fucking sad. I could cry now, but I'm not. That's really fucked up. Oh my God, what a fucking crazy fucking thing, dude. So now, done with spoilers. I talked a long time, so I don't remember exactly if I said this was 5 stars, but yeah, I would give this 5 stars. I would definitely recommend this, but yeah, you got to know that there's a lot of, like, really, really dark things going on here. You've got, you know, child exploitation, you've got rape, assault, harassment, stalking. I mean, it is very, very, very dark. With that being said, though, I think this was a really, really good mystery thriller. And I would wonder if this would ever get, like, you know, if they would do, like, a live action of this. I haven't watched many, like non-romance, like K-dramas or J-dramas, but I know that they exist. So I wonder if something like this could be made into something like that, with also the message of, like, helping, you know, young men, women, young children, men or women, you know, I don't even know, feel seen and heard if they saw something like this or read something like this, I guess. I don't know. But it's tragic, and it's sad that this is the reality for a lot of people. Like, as we speak, you know, someone is having something horrible happen to them, and I can only imagine what goes through your mind in a situation like that. So, yeah, it's pretty hard. This is a really tough read, but I do think that there is a beauty in the friendships of women, you know, even though I think society really, like, encourages women and girls to not always be direct, to not always, you know, yes, you can be emotional, but, like, you know, you have to restrain it. You know, I don't think society really wants us to embrace, like, how strong female friendships can be. And I think we all know, like, some of them can be so beautiful, you know, whether it's the friendship and relationship you have with your sibling or, you know, actual friend. So I think that the relationship that Mizuki and Mako had, you wish that they could have had more time. You wish that Mako could have lived to see herself as an adult happy. Something other than what she was forced to deal with at that young age, you know? I don't know. I'm at a loss for words now, even though I've been talking this whole time. Sorry. But yeah, I think I'm going to need a break from reading. I'm going to try to switch gears to something maybe like Webtoon that's really lighthearted. Or I might get into I can't even remember the name, The 100th Time is the Charm that Jess mentioned. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to try something that's going to, like, kind of get me into a better mood maybe. So we'll see. We might be talking again later tonight. It's getting close to 9. It's getting close to 8 or 9. I don't know what time it is, but it's getting 8. So we'll see. I am getting sleepy. But at the end of the day, you will see me again. We will be talking again. That's for sure. Hello everybody. Okay, so we're back in the car. It's been a long time since we've been in here. I decided that Tuesday, because I had to go to the doctor, get some blood work done, that I was going to take myself out. So I'm like close to kind of where I typically, well, no, this is where I used to kind of work in this area. So I was like, you know what? I'm already going to be practically an hour away from home. Let me like take myself out and kind of maybe get to feeling a little bit normal. Like I feel like I've been very sad recently, and it's all pretty much due to work. You know, I feel like I've been feeling like very inadequate, like I'm not good enough and I'm not going to be able to do this job very well. And it doesn't matter that like I haven't actually done anything wrong or bad. It's still just the fact that like I just don't feel like I am where I want to be. So I was thinking about it, and I think maybe this might help me like feel a little bit more normal again. We shall see. But I went ahead and I went to Ulta. Obviously, you know, I had to get the Megan Thee Stallion perfume. It smells really, really good. I got a few other, oh, I almost forgot I bought myself a Red Bull at Five Below. But I got the perfume. I already smelled it. I think it smells really good. So I'm excited for it. I got some makeup brushes. I don't really do like makeup on my face anymore, like foundation, but I wanted to try the L'Oreal True Match like tinted stuff to maybe like see if I could get into that a little bit. And then when I went to Five Below, I just got myself a Red Bull and then like these type of hand sanitizers, because I heard that they're very cheap there, like cheaper than if you got them from Target. I don't really shop at Target, so yeah, I didn't want to spend that much money. But yes, it's been a good day so far. I'm excited and I'm ready to go on the day. So we're going to go to Barnes & Noble. I'm going to take you with me. We'll see if I find anything, but we're definitely going to Books A Million because I have to return something that I had already owned. Unfortunately, not doing very good with that. Every now and then I still mess up. But yeah, without further ado, I know we've already started this vlog, but without further ado, we're going to get into going to Barnes & Noble. This is the Barnes & Noble I've mentioned that had like the new design, but the space is so small that it seems like that much more cramped. And in this particular one, unless something has changed, I haven't been here in over like 3 months since I got laid off, you know, and got the new job. I haven't been to a Barnes & Noble in a long time. I think Devin took me out before I really started the new job. And I was like, okay, that was nice. That was the one that was in the Richmond area. I'm a little bit further north of that one. But this is, yeah, but this is the one. It's really small. And that makes me sad. So the manga section is very tiny, but it's fine. We'll see if there's some new releases here. And then what was I saying? I think I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, then we're going to go to, when we come back home, we're going to go to the Books A Million closest to me so I can return this manga that I already owned. And then maybe if there's anything new that's supposed to come out that I didn't see at Barnes & Noble, I'll obviously browse because I can't help myself. So I'm very excited. We're going to have fun. And yeah, hopefully this really kind of rejuvenates me and takes my mind off of like these feelings that I keep having. I really don't want to keep feeling this way. I don't want to keep dreaming about my job, but then doing something wrong in my job, or it's almost like there's this thought in my head, oh my God, you're doing it wrong. Oh my God, you're doing it wrong. And it won't go away. And typically like the last few weeks, if I go to sleep and I have a day, like I can kind of move through it, but it hasn't really been doing that for me recently. And I know when I get really stressed, I cry. You already know I cry, but I cry a little bit more than usual. And it's a little bit more pitiful, I guess you could say. I had that moment yesterday and I'm like, you know, I can't keep going through these feelings anymore. I am getting a little scared, you know, every now and then about my mental health, and I don't want to, you know, fall into a place that that would take like medication to get out of. Yeah, not that I'm against taking medication at all. It's just that I do kind of feel like I just need to let go of this negative energy, and it's just been kind of hard. So maybe if I get myself back to going out, it might be good. Or just a simple fact, like I like being alone. Being alone all day in the same place is different than how my job used to be, which was, you know, I was going from store to store. I would maybe talk to a few people. I would talk to customers. Like me being by myself didn't feel so overwhelming. And I think that's what's kind of been going on with me. So I have to kind of learn to cope with being a work from home employee, but also like not being so in the negative headspace. So that's what we're going for. Hopefully it's not really busy in this Barnes & Noble and I can kind of show you guys around. If not, we will just talk about what I bought afterwards. So I will see you guys in a second. Okay, so we're back home. I want to show you guys what I got. So, well, I'll also show you what I got from Ulta because I showed you a little bit, but not everything. Okay, so first, you get a free gift, the Megan Thee Stallion perfume. It's this little tiny purse. I'm not ever going to use this as a purse, but that's okay. Like maybe I'll put like little cute things in here, but that's exciting. Apparently there was something else you could get instead, but it doesn't matter. It was just there for the perfume. Okay, so I got Real Techniques full brush set, conceal, base, blush, and highlight. So obviously I got the makeup, as I should. I will show you really quick. Yeah, since I'm not really going out anywhere half the time, I don't typically wear face makeup. I don't even remember the last time I wore foundation all day. I'm sweaty and oily, so that's why. But I got True Match Nude L'Oreal Paris. It's a tinted serum. Hyaluronic acid, You know, see. Ooh. Let's be a real, ooh. Okay, I don't know if you're gonna see that, it's fine. This one's not bad. I think that it should be my shade. It's Rosy Light. I feel like I'm very rosy. I don't know. Some people can tell that I'm biracial. Some people can't. I get it. But I definitely don't know exactly what my undertone is. But I can tell that I'm pale and I have a rosiness to me. So that's what we're going with this one. I thought the one that was too pale would be too pale. And I don't want to deal with all that. Okay, I got coconut. You know, I didn't even double check to make sure they're both coconut. I got the coconut little Ulta things. This is like what I wear underneath. So like basically I put like concealer on my eyelids and then I put this over it so it like makes an even base, I guess, before I put the red on. So if anybody was wondering, this is what I put on. And of course, like I said, I had the brushes and then I got the perfume. I'm so excited. So excited. I smelled it in there. I think it smells really good. I know some people were like, it's okay, or it's not for them. Obviously, it's gonna smell a little bit different on everybody. First of all, oh, it's so pretty. Ah, it smells so good. I'm a perfume person. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys all of the perfume that I have, but I own a lot of perfume. A lot of it is Arabic perfume, which I think is just delicious. It's exactly the kind of way I want to smell, the ones that I typically get. I have dabbled in a different scent every now and then. I realize, that's probably not for me, but I typically go something vanilla, something a little bit fruity or floral. I don't know that I wear a lot of unisex stuff necessarily. I own a unisex perfume but honestly, I think it smells really good, but I think it would smell better on Devin. And yeah, I'll put like a picture up of all the stuff I own so y'all can see. I have a lot of dupes as well. So a lot of like, is it Dossier dupes? You'll see in the photo. But this one, yeah, I'm gonna keep continuing paying what I pay for those. Unless someone does a nice dupe, maybe we'll get into her. But for now, that's what we got. Ugh, she's so freaking pretty. And then these were the little hand sanitizers I got. I have another one, but it's in my purse. I never used to have these. I always thought I don't really need a spray one. And back in 2020, right before we got to go back to work when I was in my old position, my company sent us tons of hand sanitizer, which was really nice. But they sent me so much hand sanitizer that it didn't even matter how much I gave away, I still own hand sanitizer to this day. But sometimes the bottles are too big to put into this purse. It's on the smaller side, so I was like, you know what, I'll get something cute, something smaller. And then I like these, so I was like, okay, let me get into that. Actually, I think it's, yeah, I can show you. This one's a little bit different of a scent. But I got Vanilla Breeze in the purple. It's very cute. Very, very cute. Just a little nice little plastic thing, whatever. No big deal. Ooh, okay, what else? Okay, so now let's talk about the manga. Okay, so when I was at Barnes & Noble, I got Destroy All Humans, They Cannot Be Regenerated, Volume 8. Didn't even know this came out, so I'm very excited. And then I went to Books A Million. I returned the volume that I have a double of. And that was Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You, I think. And it was Volume 6. I already owned it. Excited for these, though. I got Remnant, The Beastman Omegaverse Saga, Volume 1. Yeah, we're ready. So, some of these I showed you, I picked out. So, May I Have a Taste, Volume 2. I think that this is a 3-volume series. It might be more. I could be wrong, but I'm excited for this. I will be reading the first one soon, I promise. And then I think I showed you guys Me and the Alien Mumu, Volume 4. I know that this is on my Hoopla app, but I don't really like to get the comics on Hoopla. I do and I don't. I don't really like to get the manga. Sometimes I get a comic. Some of the comics that I used to read a lot of and was following, I never saw them in stores, so I didn't really care about using like a borrow on the digital Hoopla. But I know I need to get better about it because I don't need to own all this, girl. I got stuff on the floor that can't fit on the bookcase anymore. It's crazy. But yes, excited to get into this series eventually. And then I found The Forest of Rabbits, Volume 1. I'm excited for this one. And Firefly Wedding, Volume 7, which this is perfect timing because I just read Volume 6. And I'm pretty sure we talked about that. I think we did. If not, I did like it. I liked it a lot. I'm interested to see where the series goes, especially because there's even more stuff going on. And I ordered this thing, and I had to order a battery for my key fob because, girl, it stopped working yesterday on my way to the gym. I was like, why isn't the door unlocking? Now I have the key fob where the key comes out, but at the same time, like, I remember one time at my old car, the alarm would go off when I would do that. And that stressed me out. I don't like an alarm going off. Why did they give me this big ass box for this? Why do I have a giant box for that? Like, that's ridiculous, but whatever. It doesn't matter. And then the other thing I'm going to use this for besides the key fob is my Apple AirTags, because, you know, I keep those on me sometimes. I don't want anybody to kidnap me. Now, I got these, but with the gun, I don't know. Well, obviously I would like Matrix out of the way of that and be like, meow, meow, meow. And if it was a knife, I just hope to God it was never a knife, because I hate a knife. I hate a slash. I think that that's horrifying. But obviously I'm gonna dodge, and then kick in the ween, because I'm assuming that it's a man. Punch in the throat. Miscongeniality. And then, you know, before I run away, which I obviously will, I'm just going to town, stomping on the winner or the tummy. It doesn't matter. But yeah, don't come for me, y'all. Don't come for me, because I have a plan. Now, I know you might think, oh, well, she told me, but no, there's more to the plan. Trust me. There's more to the plan. Don't worry. I'll get you. But I highly doubt anybody would try to kidnap me. I think I'm good. But anyway, yeah, getting my blood drawn was fine. I went to a new location. It's like 10 miles away from what I usually go to. So instead of it being like 45, 50 minutes away, it was like a solid hour. but it was good, very quiet in there. But of course I was supposed to get, I'm due for a new tetanus shot, and we were doing an assessment for my mental health. And after the lady took my blood, I was like, oh, am I good? And she was like, yeah, you can leave. Totally forgetting I'm supposed to talk about the assessment and the freaking get the shot. So I'm already like 5 minutes down the road, and the place where this doctor's office is a place called New Kent, very far away from me, but there was no reception. Like, I have reception at the one that I typically go to that's 45. That hour, there was none. I was like, I have to get back to 295 by memory. I'm already 5 minutes down the road, and the doctor's office calls me. She's like, hey, did you not want the shot anymore? And I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot. She was like, do you want to come back? And I was like, no, not really. I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm hoping, like I said earlier, that when it comes down to like what's going on with me mentally, I just need to do like a this day more, where I need to leave my house, go a little bit further than I typically do, and really like spend time alone. With my last job, I was alone a lot, but I was alone bouncing from place to place. I always was busy. Now being here, I'm working from home, and there's this other aspect of it where I feel like I should not complain, because this is the kind of job that a lot of people would want. So I think I feel guilty for feeling frustrated with my job and frustrated with how I feel about like feeling inadequate. So I feel like I can't say anything, but I should be able to say it's okay. I'm not, just because I'm overwhelmed and freaked out doesn't mean I say I hate my job. Like, I hate it per se or whatever. But the only two places I was going the last few weeks is to the Thai restaurant, which is delicious, and I love them, and I'm a regular, and I will never stop. And then to Books A Million right across down from my house. So it's just not enough time away. And I love my house, but I'm realizing that I do have to find a better balance between work and home, because I've noticed, like, I don't sit out here and read like I was doing, you know, like I would always have clips of me reading here on the sofa. And when I come in here, I'm just on my phone, just focused on that. Like I can't even focus on reading. And I hate that, because I love to read, and I love this channel. And I know that what I initially said was, as long as I'm having fun, I'll keep doing this. I am still having fun, but I'm not having fun in the other part of my life that, you know, so I want to get back on track on a bunch of things that I've let kind of fall to the wayside due to stress. I don't want to be stressed out anymore. Some stress is okay, it's natural, but the way I am stressing myself out is just too much. And I don't want to end up in a place where I have never been before, or sliding back and doing things that I don't want to do again, to just keep it simple. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to read. We've got a lot of stuff to do. Actually, at 4, I do have plans with Devin, because we have to pick out flooring, because we're finally getting a floor replaced in our house. Girl, the people who flipped our house when we first got in here, they fucked the shit up. So it's finally time. It's finally time. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And we'll talk again later, because I have the rest of the day to hang out, and I'm so excited. So yeah. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so it's Wednesday. I have an hour before my first conference call. I wish I had another day off. What else? And I'm going to change some stuff up. So that's why you see a bunch of books on the floor. I've been wanting to move the spiral rotating bookcase for a while now. When I was unemployed and I brought my walking pad out here, it was really frustrating having this light on, because you can see it in the reflection of the TV, even if you're kind of low. And I just feel like it's so bright, which I appreciate the fact that it's such a bright light, but it becomes really difficult to see the TV, or it feels too bright. And I'm pretty sure this lamp used to be in the corner. I have to look back at photos. But I'm thinking about moving the rotating bookcase here, pushing my sofa over a little bit so it gives a little bit of space. But I'm going to test it out first. Now that I've taken all the books off, I can really get a better sense of how big this is. So like now without all the books, I see how big how big these are. So that's kind of funny, but yeah, I've got some things that I want to do in this room. I want to change a few things. So like I wanted to get like a low table here so we can put some of our Lego figures. I wanted to get something for plants to be like on this side of the house, but I have to start somewhere. So this is all my books on the floor, on the sofa, whatever. I'm going to test it out really quick and see if I like it with the limited amount of time I have, and just kind of do it throughout the day since I have some time. I only have one interview so far, knock on wood. So yeah, and then don't even look at this plant. I gotta really replant the shit out of that. That looks, I'm so sorry I've let that plant go, Lord. But anyway, this is what I wanted to update you guys on. I didn't end up reading anything last night, but I was very relaxed, so it was worth it. It wasn't as productive as I wanted, but I got the rest of my haul video loaded, saved. It has now been uploaded, so that's exciting. I airdropped all of the clips from the last reading vlog, so that's exciting. And then I filmed another video, which is my reading wrap up, which I had not had any time to do. So honestly, even though I didn't get a lot of reading done, I was still happy with like what I did manage to get done. So yes, we're doing good. I will talk to you guys later, and I will be reading a little bit today. So yeah. All right, update. I changed my mind a little bit. I did put this in that corner. It was just a lot bigger than I thought. The problem is that we have to get under our house and jack the floor up here. I don't know if anybody remembers, but we used to have the gym equipment that was in this room. This is where my dogs would be when we had company over. So it was like cleared out, had the beds and everything. So we had the gym equipment out here. It obviously was heavy and it kind of sunk the floor down. So could use it. You could tell we're dipping. And the reason why this made sense over in that corner, because it was in the corner. Like you really couldn't tell how like off it was, but it just looks fucking ridiculous now. It looks so stupid the more I look at it. So I'm like, should I just put it back where it was? Or should I really try to give it a chance over here? Because this part of the floor is fine. No issue. But I won't be able to get over to the curio very easily. Not that I go in here very often, but I still have candles in here and other things. You know, I put one of our Lego sets in here. So obviously I go there sometimes. And as you can see, so I'll turn this lamp up as bright as possible. You know, I like it better in terms of there not being a glare on the television, but it's still not that bright in here. So like all the light is over in that corner and it's very dark over here. You probably can't tell how dark it is off the camera, but like it is kind of on the darker side. I've been thinking about getting like a lamp here and just like securing it to that. All this work. I'm so overheated. We'll see. I just felt like changing something up a little bit. I'm thinking I also need to do something like that to improve my mood, maybe. You never know. You never know. But yeah, at least I know. At least I know for a fact now. Maybe I just go back to my original plan and put that in the corner. At least get it away from this side. I don't know. So again, I'll be filling you in before the night is up because I will make a decision by then. But I'm probably going to be taking these all off one more time, bringing it right on over to that corner and starting all over. Yeah, if this one wasn't here, it would probably make sense there. But there's no other place to put that one. You know, I'm not willing to really cover this painting that my mom did for us. So my mom painted this and it's really, really awesome and beautiful. She painted it for Devin's birthday one year. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I better start getting ready for this conference call. Okay, I'm back. I think I've got it. I'm going back and forth so much time. Okay, I know that I don't like the bookcase there. I really don't think I do. It's so big, which is the point. That's what I wanted. But if you actually come through the, like, let's say you come through the door. I mean, damn, you can't even see the damn curio in front of it. Like, it's so in your face. So I think what I'm going to do, because I am smart, y'all. I think what I'm going to do is, this is not going to go here, but I am not taking all these books off again. I'm tired already. What I'm going to do is, so because I used to like typically sit on that side of the room, I don't think I want to go back to that setup. I kind of like being on this side. Plus, you know, the light when it comes in from the windows is really nice. I don't have to have too much lighting in this corner. But what I'm going to do is this, I mean, it's not even really a side table, you know, as of right now. It holds some like gaming things, some books over there, but I never typically go on it. And then I have my baby pictures. But a lot of this is like photos. You have pictures of Hallie. You have a you know, kind of like a memorial space, but then you have like this photo of me and my sister and my brother-in-law. So like when my sister got married and everything, and then you have this, we got this as a gift for our wedding, and it's kind of dusty, but that's me and Devin's wedding picture. So I'm thinking I might actually move this back over there. It'll be kind of up against the wall. No big deal. I'm going to get something different, but not like this, not a pink one. Like I'm going to get like a smaller like side table or something, but the books will go here. I still have, I think, some clearance. Okay, so when the door is like that, she could be kind of boop, boop. But once this is gone, I think there'll be so much room. It'll cover some of the photo, which kind of sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't really matter. That's all I can think to do to make this work and not feel so like too much, I guess. I don't know, but I only have 15 minutes left till the for the call, I mean. So I'm going to take a break from this, join my call, do that. And maybe throughout the day, like I'll come in and out of here and kind of like mess around with it. I know I probably should also message Devin, so I might snap him and tell him my plan. He doesn't ever really care about stuff like this. Obviously, like, it's my house too. So, like, I can make a decision. Now, you'd probably be saying, well, don't you want his input? Sometimes I want his input. Other times, I just want to do what I want to do. And I feel like this is pretty harmless, you know? The only other thing here is that, like, I would just move this lamp to here for now. That or I don't know. I mean, I need another lamp. That's just like it. That has to happen because there's not a lot. Like when it's dark in here, you can't fucking see anything. So yeah, we'll see. But anyway, let me stop yapping. Let me stop talking. I'll see you guys later. Okay, I'm back. I've taken all the books off again. I'm not putting books on this until I figure out what I want to do. Oh, God, everything's fine. So, at the end of the day, the tall, sorry, my things are jangling. At the end of the day, the tall rotating bookshelf will not go here. If I didn't have a corner shelf, it could go there and it would look nice, but it's just too much when you first walk in the door. Now, there's not really a lot of space here to work with. This has to be pushed up against the wall so it can, like, have the pictures leaning back on it. Now this is over here, and I don't really like it anymore. Because, like, maybe if it was the same height or if it was a little shorter. Like, I'm thinking that might be the thing. Like, I like how tall it is, but it might just be too tall to make sense beside anything. So, unfortunately, I believe that I will have to put this back in the corner. And maybe what I will do is I will just move this tall lamp here, because it used to be here before at one point. So I'll move it there. This will go in the corner. And that's just how it's going to have to work. Eventually, I think I'm going to actually leave the lamp there. And what I might need to do is just get a new lamp for my bedroom, because I have this same lamp in the bedroom. I bought these as a set a long time ago. So maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that will solve the lighting issue, at least here. Maybe give it a little more light. We'll see. But I have to literally move everything back to where it was originally. And that's fine. That's fine, because you know what? It's okay. I'm going to figure things out as I go. That's what matters. So this is kind of bringing me back to when I was a little kid, changing up my bedroom, except it's a living room. And I have like a lot of space to work with, but not really, because our living room is like more rectangular and long than it is like wide and square. And maybe that might make a bigger difference. You know, of course we have, you know, so I don't know, but we're going to figure it out. But I think ultimately what ends up having to happen is this has to go right back where it started from. And I just figured that out from here. So yes, once it's all done, we will see what it will really be. So thanks for this little back and forth. I have like 30 minutes until my next conference call. The first conference call ended a little early, and then the interview I had got canceled because the person wanted to reschedule. So it actually worked out perfectly. I'm getting in and out of my office, which I think is very necessary for my mind. But yeah, you'll see me again in a second. And hopefully this is mostly done. It's official. We're done. I finished my last call, came out here, everything's up and put over there. So this is what we're working with now. And this is the final, it's the final look. No more. So I'm leaving the lamp there. I think it makes sense. We've put the shrine back. I took the books that were over here and put them over here just because it started to look really crowded because of the DVDs. It's fine. We'll figure that out later. I finally brought my plants back out here. I think they look really cute. They were in my laundry room, but we're going to be getting some work done in our kitchen. So and in our laundry room. So everything has to come out of there anyway. So it's best to just bring these out here now, see if I like it. The lamp will stay here. This will stay here. And this is what it looks like so far. And at the end of the day, I just have to accept it. I mean, because I feel like you can tell. You can kind of get a really, like a better understanding. Like, this is a very rectangular room, which I love our living room. I think it's great. But, you know, it's rectangular and long. So it's hard to do certain things with it. Eventually, I think what I'll do, I'm going to clear this stuff off. And this will not be something where I put books on there. I know it's going to sound bad, but I might just get like, not necessarily like this one, but another thing like this. This will be the place where Devin's bigger Lego set that opens up will go, because it'll be the most out of the way. Oh, and I think I can put I can put something else there. So this works. So yeah, I'm liking it. This will do. And I still think that there's enough room so when like they come in and like fix the flooring in there, we have to bring our dining room table in here. And this is easy enough to move, and the dining room table could just stay here with the stuff on top for the 2 days it's going to take to demolition everything. So, okay, that's it for a home decor change. I just figured I would include that in this video because I'm doing it and it's nice. But gosh dang, am I freaking tired from moving all of the books. I mean, I took the books off of here 5 times. I think 5 times. So like, it's just a lot. I'm tired. Oh, everything's going to be great. I'm excited. She's done. This is where she will stay for now. That's just how it's going to be. And I like the way it looks so far. And eventually the Diet Cokes will come up off the floor. We just have to have space in the little mini fridge for them. And I think everything else looks good. So I think that's it. We'll get into reading a little bit later after I'm done with work. Today's going to be a short day, which I'm really, really happy about. So that is something to look forward to. So I will see you guys a little bit later tonight. Okay, so we're back. I don't even know what time it is, but it's later. Is it like 8:30? Maybe 9 o'clock? Something like that. I've managed to read only My Psycho, and I started The Betrayer's Love Song. I think I will actually manage to finish this tonight, but Let's go so far. I really like it. This one was something different. Okay, so I got this only because of the cover, and I thought like, oh, 2 hitmen. That sounds really cool. This is that, but then more, and it's like, ooh, okay, wasn't expecting it. Did not see that coming. But yeah, basically they're 2 hitmen. I feel like there's also a science fiction element in this because they're like superhuman people. So he basically has like super strength, and he has, you know, invincibility as 2 hitmen. So they're very, very hard to kill. They both really like killing. And we get some backstory, right? But he is like the rebel, chaotic one. He's the one who's trying to beat people up like to a pulp with his fists, bare hands, you know, type shit. And he is the one who does the cleanup as well as the killing. But the cleanup is really important. He does it alone. Okay. So anyway, they do a job, their first job together. It's successful. He basically says, I'll clean it up. The story progresses, and we find out that this is the dynamic. And he was wondering, like, what is it? Why does he always do the cleanup alone? A big part of his backstory is that he is a virgin. He's 33 and he's 27. So he's a virgin who had never had sex until they hooked up. Anyway, he's been wondering, why the fuck was he a virgin till he was 33? They end a job. He forgets something, goes back, and he finds out that he was jerking off to the corpses, right? And I forgot a major part. Shit, I skipped that. I'm sorry. So I skipped that when I was like, the first job they did. The first job they did, it was successful. And then he said something about the corpses, like calling them gross, and he fucked him up. And this is how we find out he has super strength and he has the invincibility, right? But we find out that he does not like it when you talk poorly about the corpses. So you already know what's probably going to happen as the audience. Like, oh, yeah, he's probably doing the corpses. And thankfully, not that far. But yeah, he walks in on him jerking off. And that's been the thing that he has found the most pleasure in. And that's why he had been a virgin for so long. Girl, when I tell you I wasn't expecting that at all, that, I mean, who would think that? Who would come to the conclusion? Wowzers. Okay. So and shit, I forgot to, okay. Yeah, no. So I did say it where he was like, where I was like, he beat him up, and that's how we find out he's invincible, and he's like super strong. I can't believe I keep forgetting the main point. Yes, I can. We know why. Okay, moving on. So when he beats his ass, he like punches him through 2 walls, like into 2 other rooms, and he destroys the rooms. So then they have to pay off this debt that's like 5 billion yen. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. No, Connie, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. I almost went on a tangent. We're pulling it back in. Okay, that's not the point. I'm going to cut some of that out, but I will keep this in. I almost went on a tangent. Ooh. Let's get it back together. So they have the 5 billion yen debt, so they have to take on more jobs together. They are now hooking up, kind of, and they start doing a job separately. He does a good job. He does not. Someone gets away. So he has to kill him, right? And then the job is kill him and then sell his body to like the highest bidder so they can like experiment on his body. So we think we see him killing him, taking the body here, there, everywhere, and then finally getting to meet the boss. Girl, this was so cool, and this was not something that I expected, so that was really awesome. I like the twist. So, like, one of the, obviously we always hear this, like, oh, have you ever seen the boss? And it's like, no, I've never seen the boss before. Well, he's going to meet the boss for the first time, except the person, this was interesting because he is the boss, actually. Like, he's been the boss this entire time. He just apparently got bored
one day and was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to get in the field work. And then that's how they end up getting together, and he is really intriguing to him. So he kills the dude who's sitting there like he's the boss, and I'm wondering now, who made you the boss when you're not the boss? You know, that was interesting. That was interesting. How'd you even get here? Who said you could be here? You know what I mean? So that was interesting. Moving on. Yeah, so he didn't kill him. He's the boss. The guy who was supposed to be like his superior, but like he wasn't really. He didn't know that he was the boss, which is so funny. Ooh, okay. Don't lose your train of thought. Okay. Lock and loaded. Okay. The guy this whole time who I failed to mention, so it's coming out of nowhere. I don't know why the hell, but it's what the story is. He was like their boss or whatever. He was the one who was like calling the shots. So he didn't know that this was the boss actually. So that's how undercover this dude was. Wow, really crazy. But yeah, he doesn't kill him, and then they go live their life together. They're in love, they're doing it, and then now they are a duo assassin. Did I even mention that they were assassins? Wow, I don't think I did. Did I do that? Did I even say they were contract killers? I think I just launched into the story. Wow. Okay. Wowie, wowie, wowie. We're going to get it together for this next one. I'm not even halfway through. I am excited to read this. For a second, I thought this was going to be like Romeo Juliet-esque, but they're not from different families. They're from the same crime family. It's just one's a pure blood. And then I thought, is this a vampire? No, this is just a man. Okay. And then like the fucking rascals over here. The radicals? Yeah, but they work for the same fucking dude. So I'm thinking, ooh, you know, two gangs going out, you know, going at each other rough. No. I mean, yes, but no. It's not like they work for two different crime bosses. So what's really going on? So blah, blah, blah. You know, you got to be pure blood to be pure blood. Well, guess what? He's not. He's been branded. Now, I don't know what that means yet, but it's pretty significant. And it seems like it's a very, very big deal. So, yeah, so we got a lot to do. We got a lot to work on over here, you know. So, yeah. But they're gonna do it. You know they will do it eventually. But it seems like he really loves him, so that's really nice. It's nice when there's love. You know, I guess sometimes it could be nice when there's no love if that's what you're looking for, but I would like some love. That's what I want to see. I want some pure, passionate love making, if you will. But anyway, we're going to move on. I'm trying to pick something to watch in the background. Possibly Vanilla Mace. Maybe somebody else. I don't know. I haven't watched YouTube in a long time. So I'm going to get into something, and I'm excited. But I'll see you guys probably tomorrow, but we'll see if I end up reading a little bit more. Let me just look what time it is. Ooh. 9:12. Ooh. Yeah, we might be talking tomorrow. We will see. But yes, I'll see you guys later at the very least. So, all right, so forgive me. I have to cover my work shirt. Okay, so I've caught up on Tears on a Withered Flower. You won't be hearing the same type of annoyed rant from me this time, but I have to make it quick because I have a conference call in like 10 minutes. Okay, so spoilers ahead, obviously. So where we left off from the last vlog, or the vlog before the last vlog, was Heisu starts her new job, the one that Teha orchestrated in the cafe. Everything is going good, and then somebody in her fucking job says something about the boss. He's an older guy, he sleeps with younger women, and then she goes on a rant about how like it's gross when older people do that. Of course, Heisu feels some type of way about this because she can't possibly not
internalize this comment and like also say like, hey, this bothered me. Let me talk about my fucking day with you. It's fine. It's fine. Taeha's leaving for a month because there's a sinister plot by his stepmother, as we know, and everybody else in that damn family, his half brother, whatever the fuck, can't stand his ass. And where we left off, like the last time we spoke, was he was like, okay, then to Jesus, he was like, okay, then I won't tell anyone that I'm dating someone. That like, he's teasing her. We know that that's probably not the best thing to do, okay, when it comes to Jesus. You can't tease this woman, okay? It's just not a good idea. We move on. He's now wherever the fuck he is, and there's a setup about to happen, okay? Somebody, one of the girls that we've seen, one of the other rich children, has been sent to kind of be the person who he's going to hook up with or like be seen with. Obviously, Taeha's with Jesus. Nobody is supposed to know this, but the person who does technically know who Jesus is his older brother, the loser. And of course, he tried to, he had her kidnapped and, almost sold into fucking sex slavery. Why am I as an innocent person, okay, if I'm Jesus, why am I as an innocent person being kidnapped because you don't like your brother? Well, I just have to make his life a living hell. Why don't you just fucking kill him? I mean, Jesus Christ, if you hate him so fucking much, you could just kill him with your bare hands, but no, we have to, make an innocent woman pay. This is what's happening. Okay. So, blah, blah, blah. He's got this thing going on where he knows who Taeha's with. I think they're in America now or somewhere, but where he's gone for a month. He has someone take a photo of Taeha with that other girl. But, they're standing like this far apart from each other. He's not going to be caught dead being close to the other bitch, right? So what the older brother does is he's fucking on the girl he's seeing, and he gets her to take a photo, a suggestive photo, like, where he's fucking in her. And he's going to send it to her anonymously, but he's angling it in a way to make it look like it's Taeha. Thank God! Jesus, once she saw the photo, she was like, okay, obviously I'd be shocked as well. But she takes some time to process, and she thinks, okay, it looks similar to Taeha, but it's not him. Like, something is different. He's not as wide. He's not as... I think she even, quite frankly, was like, his wiener's a little bit smaller than Taeha. So she knows that that's not him, but instead of telling Taeha, which that is what she should have done, she just doesn't really respond in the way that the older brother wants. So the older brother gets annoyed, but then she says something like, who are you? Why are you doing this? Like, leave me alone. He can't. So the most recent episode, we end with him showing up, the older brother showing up in front of her. And that's where it ends. So a real proper cliffhanger. Okay, this is the kind of cliffhanger that I think we all who are reading this week to week, or like giving it some time to, steep like a good tea. This is what we crave, not the other stuff that typically happens. I mean, obviously not every single time an episode is going to end in a cliffhanger like that, but the common commentary is, it's frustrating that it seems like nothing ever really happens, and it's just frustrating. So it was good to see that. I was happy to see that, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm annoyed. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what's the point? What's the point of this? Oh, I just don't want my younger brother to be happy. I mean, we know that that's the thing. There's some type of like gross animosity between really the older brother, who's clearly been the one who's been abusing Taeha since he was a child. We saw a little bit of flashback of what was going on with the dad or something. I don't know. I care, but not really. Only because like it hasn't brewed. I want to see what's going to happen with that. I don't want to be hinted at it. I want to see it because I just do. That would be best for me, because I'm going to lose interest until we get to that point, because now I'm just seeing the same thing over and over again. But another cool little thing that happened was, Ari and Minchol work in the same office building. Ari's losing it, okay? And I don't blame her. I don't blame her for really fucking losing it. And, I would feel the same way. I would feel frustrated if I were her. She's dating this older guy. He seems very nonchalant. I don't like a nonchalant man, okay? You better chalant over me. Period in the story. But yes, Minchol is very nonchalant. He doesn't really care. He's just kind of like, whatever, you know what I mean? We're going to have that, blah, blah, blah. But she's trying so hard to be the perfect potential wife for him. He's stringing her along, so you know that's really fucked up. You know, so I mean, I feel for Ari at times because, look, at the end of the day, she is in her early 20s. She may have had relationships before this, but she clearly hasn't been in many. And it doesn't sound like she's ever been in a relationship with a man who's older than her. And she feels insecure about the fact that he was married once. She came face to face with Jesus. And she knows that Jesus is pretty. It doesn't matter how many times she sits there and says, oh, she's old. Face card never declines, okay? Jesus can piss me off. But at the end of the day, she's a fine looking woman. Even if she doesn't really know that about herself, she is good looking. So Ari's at work. She overhears these fucking women in the bathroom talking shit about her. I have never talked shit in the bathroom at work. I can tell you that much. Like, I would never do that because I will whisper if I am in a room alone with someone else. Because I'm like, who knows? What if we butt dial the person that we're talking about? I don't even have their number, you know what I'm saying? But I don't typically do that. Regardless, talking shit about her, she busts out the damn stall and she starts beating that lady's ass, okay? Because the lady was sitting there like, oh, well, you know, they're going to break up anyway. And, you know, why would he really want to be with a woman as young as her? And, you know, while I don't like that, at the same time, it's like, it's nice to see somebody who's an adult, who's not a young person, you know, being like, oh my God, you know, of course they want a younger woman. Like, I'm glad to see an older woman being, and she's not even older. She's in her 30s. I mean, come on. She's older than Ari, yes. So yeah, they get to cat fighting and Minchol gets called. He has to come there and save her ass. And, you know, she's crying in the stairwell and she's like, you know, he's like, why are you doing this? He's obviously very annoyed with her, but he has to stick it out for a while, right? He's living with her. He hasn't found Jesus yet. And, you know, he's slowly paying off the debt and he needs Ari for that. So he's like, why are you acting like this? I don't even know her. She's like, well, what am I going to do if you betray me? Like, you won't even tell me why you divorced her. So he finally says, and this is not the reason why they got a divorce, mind you. He's already lied about the debt. He says, well, she can't have a baby. Telling my business. I would be so mad. First of all, she might not have been able to have a baby with you. Okay, we don't know what's going to happen. Okay, this might be the remarried empress type situation. Okay, she gets on a magical bed and all of a sudden she's fertile. / maybe the other guy is the one who, well, no, he's not infertile because he had a baby. That doesn't matter. Telling her business, you should stop. Okay, but then Ari feels better because she's like, well, I think if I have a baby, girl, don't have that fucking baby, okay? But she's insisting and she thinks that they're gonna get married. It's just sad. It's just sad when you see people in situations like this. It's just not good because, you know, that is reality for some people. So that's where we're at, okay? Ari and Minchol are okay. I mean, for Ari, I think that she feels a little bit more secure. You're not, though, okay? He could find somebody. Basically, he wants Jesus back to control her, right? Because she's never gone this long without talking to him. She's never gone this long without, you know, by ignoring him. And I think he always feels like she's going to be a part of my life, even if we're not in a happy relationship. Like, she can't move on. Only I can move on because he wants to control her. And then the other part would be Taeju. I think there's no. All the men's names. It's Taehi, and Taeju is the dad, I think. Either way, the older brother, he's in front of Jesus. We'll see what happens with that, but fuck it, right? So yeah, so let me stop now because I have to get on this conference call. I've got like a minute or two. We'll talk again later, but I'm going to see my friend. I'm so excited tonight. I need this. We're going to have dinner, but obviously the air quality is like 200% terrible or whatever the fuck. So I will be making sure I put a mask on for us to go to this restaurant, but I didn't realize it was that bad until my friend said something. So this is very scary. So I hope everybody is going to be okay. But, you know, typically when the air's like this, we should really be staying inside. But, you know, the news is going to tell you that. So regardless, I will talk to you guys again later. I'm going to try to read in between all this stuff I'm doing. But the dinner is at 7. It is about to be 3:30. So I have some time. I might not get back to you, but we'll see. So yeah. All right, we're back actually. So unfortunately the air quality is so shit that my friend who we're supposed to meet for dinner, like, so she was out and about, she's experiencing the poor air quality. I'm gonna put a picture up of like what it looks like the little advisory we have on like Apple weather, whatever the fuck. But it's pretty bad. I mean, I'm 30 minutes south of Richmond, and this morning, every morning I say goodbye to Devin. I wave to him and I'm like, I love you, drive safely. And I didn't think that, it just felt humid and muggy. It didn't feel like, oh, like I'm experiencing the smoke and everything from the fire that was going on in Canada, which I know it's been steadily coming south, but Richmond definitely looks bad. So yeah, so we're rescheduled. So we're not going to be meeting tonight, but that's okay. Devin's picking up Indian food. Oh, I'm so happy. And the way the nights are working, because we figured out like, okay, I needed more Devin time. I needed more couple time, especially these last few weeks due to work. I know I kind of did an update the other day, but like today's Friday, I actually feel really good. So I feel like, okay, a week has gone by. I'm going to learn from the mistakes or whatever that's been going on, or the things that I feel like I dropped the ball on, and I'll be okay. So I'm feeling really, really, really good about that. It is what it is. But the only other thing is, what else? What else was I going to say? Hold on. Let me think about it. Let me think. Oh, yeah. So I'm feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling a lot less anxious. And I think everything's going to be okay. I know, right? Drama for what? So anyway, like today's our date night. It's like a mini date night. And all I can think about is Brittany Cartwright from Vanderpump Rules. Date night. We're going to have date night, Jax. Date night. Yeah, so we're going to have a mini date night before Devin like streams and stuff. So I will be reading. And I pulled some stuff because I realized that I'm obviously surrounded by manga here in this room, but there's been a lot of stuff that's been here for a while and I haven't wanted to pick up. So maybe I should just try something different. So I'm going to start with a short series first, and that is Spell of Desire. I got this, I think early this year or late last year. This is only 5 volumes. I'll read the back of the first volume. Karuko Mochizuki runs an herb shop in a small seaside town. One day, a mysterious man dressed in black named Kaname Hibiki enters her shop and reveals that Karuko is actually a witch. And what's more, Karuko needs Kaname to help control her awakening power. Among the shocking news that Kaname imparts is that Karuko's mother is still alive and has entrusted Karuko with the immense power of the Witch Queen. As long as Karuko has that power, she will be the target of humans and demonic spirits alike. Kaname claims to be a knight that protects witches, but then he steals a kiss from Karuko. So, yeah, just like pretty good. I got this mainly due to the covers, the spines, because I think they're to die for, and it's a complete series, so why not? I also pulled Some Boyfriend, Sometimes Girlfriend, Volume 1. I'm pretty sure that this is actually complete at 3 or 4 volumes. The other volumes are on my Hoopla app, and I haven't borrowed anything on Hoopla this month. The month is almost over, so I might as well get into that. As well as Virgin Ventures, Hilarious Hijinks of Erotic Amateurs. So this is the one where it's 2 different artists. So Miki is a rookie erotic novelist who's never so much as held a woman's hand. Rico is a diehard lingerie enthusiast. Oh, I was wrong. My bad. With 0 experience with men. Together, these 2 clueless virgins embark in a literary collaboration, attempting to bring the heat despite the cringe of their inexperience. Miki fully embraces Rico's obsession with underwear, but when he makes very hands-on requests in the name of research, Rico has to wonder, can you really write what you don't know? That's what I want to find out. And you know what? Y'all should go at it consensually. And I mean, right off the bat, we're looking, oh, those are beautifully drawn nipples. I just have to say, you know, sometimes people just know how to draw them. I'm going to tell you that. And this person does. So I want to get into those. I know there's some other things I want to try. I also want to do NetGalley because some stuff is about to get archived, I'm sure. So we should do that. But yeah, we're going to have fun tonight. I'm going to eat my... yes, I did get butter chicken. Okay, yes, I did get butter chicken. You're typical. But it's delicious. Like, first of all, it's delicious. Like, you can't tell me that it's not good. Okay. Second, I had to make a decision at the very last minute. It was on me to do the calling for Devin to pick up on his way home from work. So I went with the simplest thing. But then thirdly, the place we get it from, it's so good. Like, what more could you ask for? It's just delicious. So, I mean, no one's going to make me feel bad. And then the garlic naan, ooh, dipping it in the sauce. Don't even get me started, because one thing I will tell you about myself is I'm a sauce girl. Okay, I love a sauce. Don't care what the flavors are. Don't care what the ingredients are. If there's a sauce involved, I want to have the sauce. And I would like to say, before I get off here, everybody's talking about the Cheesecake Factory order. I will be getting that Cheesecake Factory order. Whatever's going on, I'm going to put the picture up. It's some type of breaded chicken over mashed potatoes with asparagus with a delicious sauce. I'm getting that. And the brown bread. I will be acquiring that delicious meal soon. I promise. But anyway, no more yapping. We're going to get to reading, and then we'll yap after that.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so today is Tuesday, and it's, I think, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe? Semi-productive day. We have read this. I'm watching The Mummy, and I'm scared. Devin watched this on his, like they do a movie now on his Discord, and he was like, this is pretty brutal. And I had seen someone say that it's like Evil Dead Rise. So, like, that's what you should expect when you watch this version of, like, or this movie, The Mummy. It's, like, really, really, really fucking brutal. So, already, yeah. So, I can't watch this at night. Oh, girl, almost dropped my phone. I can't watch this at night because I'll have nightmares. But I can watch it during the day and be fine. I would rather watch it with Devi, but it's okay. As I'm reading, it's not as distracting. But we did watch Obsession last night. It was so freaking good. Yeah. What a movie. What an interesting, like, concept. I already knew everything that happened because I watched every single TikTok about it, though. You know, I like to be spoiled for things. But like, getting the opportunity to watch the whole thing myself, that was like, oh, wow. This was a really good fucking movie. So I'm excited to see more from that director and from those actors, especially the actress who played Nikki. I really, really liked her. All right. So what did I read? I want to see me in your eyes. Okay. Now this was interesting. Pretty ridiculous, though. I mean, if we're being honest. So I'll read the back really quick. When Hinata's best friend, Makoto, with whom he's been in unrequited love for years, moves in with his girlfriend, Hinata is heartbroken. That is until Makoto's younger brother, Toki, who may or may not be harboring some unrequited feelings of his own, suddenly decides to move in with Hinata. Toki is like a little brother to Hinata, so when Toki rolls over in his sleep and starts kissing him, Hinata assumes it's just a fluke. Toki must have been dreaming about somebody else, right? It's not like Toki is totally in love with Hinata and desperately jealous of his feelings for Makoto, right? And what if it is? Are Hinata's growing feelings for Toki just a band-aid for his broken heart, or a replacement for Makoto? Or could there be real feelings and a real future between Hinata and his best friend's brother? I like that. Okay, I didn't read the whole synopsis before I read it. I glimpsed and I was like, ooh, okay, I might really like where this is going. Because for a second, and again, as a note, I don't ever really read the synopsis of stuff before I buy it. So I just got this because this was a BL that was coming out. Like, that's all it took, okay? But when I was first reading it, I was like, oh, what if what's going to happen is, again, not having read the back, his best friend, the other guy, is like going to be with this woman, but then when he starts maybe moving on, that's when the other guy I don't know that I've ever read something like that before. I could be wrong. I may have, so forgive me if I am just terrible memory here, but what a twist that would be, right? I really, really liked, though, that it's the younger brother who's had feelings for him, which that's kind of like Why Not Both in a way, the really, really short one on Lezen. Not totally, because they're actually blood related brothers. Anyway, the thing that got me though, because it's just so like the ridiculousness of it. So this is a spoiler. So yeah, he moves in with him, and obviously you can tell right off the bat that he has a crush on him. He starts, behaving like a guest in someone's home, which that was such a turnoff to me. Like, I could not imagine that. Every single time this guy's inner monologue is, oh yeah, Toki's like my little brother. I'm like an older brother to him. Now you tell me, why in God's name would you let someone who's like a little brother to you, or you're like an older brother to them? I'm going to get explicit here. So it's an explicit description, and this is a spoiler. So skip on ahead. I'm going to do the flashing hands if you don't want to hear it, but flashing hands. Take your pants off, put my dick between your thighs, and basically fuck your nutsack and dick. I don't think that that's what that relationship entails. Okay, I'm just saying, and flashing hands over. If no, I actually can't even form the sentence with me in that scenario. That is absolutely ridiculous. What the fuck are you talking about? And even though we only saw that happen one time, it almost felt like it happened more than once. Am I wrong? Am I misreading that? Was I just putting that in there? Because and then he's like, well, I don't get it. I'm sorry. If somebody does that to me and they're clinging to me, okay, I'm going to fucking know. That's just the only thing that's like aggravating to me. I know it's fiction. Like the whole, it's supposed to be very cheesy for some things. And that's obviously very cheesy. Like, oh my God, but I've only ever thought of him this way. So, I mean, all of these things that like, if the guy I like did it, I would definitely be like, oh, wow. But when it's, my best friend's younger brother, thank God they're somewhat of 6 years age difference, but I guess that's not that crazy, but thank God he's in college. Not that I think it would have been different, but sometimes they really test the limits here. Okay, sometimes we read some that they test the limits, and even I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not buying this whole, what do you mean he's like me? And then his best friend, so he goes to his best friend's house with the little brother, right? And they're both like getting to see the house that what's his face and his fiance are living in, basically, right? And she's the only one who's picking up on the fact that Toki likes him. Are you fucking serious? Another female colleague of the main character picks up on it and you don't. I personally don't like that. I don't know if it would be considered a trope or not. I hate the naive, oblivious. I do get it. Sometimes we can be oblivious when someone likes us, but you're pissing me off. I mean, quite frankly, you're pissing me off. If I had a friend who told me, yeah, you know what? They cling to me, kind of forced us to sleep in the same bed as they forced themselves into my home. And, one night they were just like, oh man, I'm so pent up. Oh, after trying to kiss me in my sleep, by the way. One night I'm just so pent up. How about I just hump your nutsack with my bare dick? Excuse me? Yeah, we're going to have to sit down and have a conversation here, okay? And I'm probably going to have to get real loud if my friend is like, what do you mean they like me? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm pissed now. So, yeah, his character, girl, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me mad. But I still think it was cute. I'm on the fence about if I would keep this or not, like to reread. We'll see. Some of these are just so good, the one shots, and then some of them are like, okay, yeah, that was good. Like I could continue. I could, but I'm not super gushing over it. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. And then after that, I read the newest episode of Revenge. Oh my God. I only kind of know what is really going on in the story because the the manhwa on Lezen is adapted from the story, I'm just gonna by the novel. And I mean, it's pretty brutal. You have to check the trigger warnings if you read that. I wouldn't suggest it. It's absolutely 18 plus, like, for real. But it is, I mean, I think it's a really interesting, like, question to ask. I mean, where are you on the side of, who do you think is wrong in this? And I mean, obviously, I think the answer is both of them are wrong for what's really going on in reverse thinking, revenge. I think there's another title as well, but I don't want to give anything away. Okay, so I'm going to spoil a little. So flashing hands, if you are reading that and you don't want to be spoiled, I'll do like a little thing in the corner, right? If you don't care, continue to listen. I'm going to try not to go on too much of a tangent. So yeah, so basically I can't remember anybody's name. The first main character, he is this hothead. He doesn't really get along with anybody. He drinks, he fights, and he's in college now. So it seems like something happened and he has blocked out like a significant part of his life, and that he reacts to things with anger. He really, 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 it seems like, has an issue with like pretty boys or something like that. We don't know what that's all about, but he kind of gives off like a homophobic vibe while still entertaining the thought of being with our other main character, who is a man. So everything takes place like on a night where, they're having a student outing. The first main guy, he is all up in this underclassman's face. He is then drugged and then assaulted by that underclassman. We find out that they actually know each other as time goes on. There's some blackmailing going on. The underclassman is blackmailing our main character with the explicit videos and photos that he's taken of him when he has assaulted him. And then it just goes fucking even crazier than there. There's a lot of assault in this. What we find out about these two main characters is that they knew each other from their past. The underclassman is punishing the upperclassman for something that and it sounds as though many other young boys did to him. And it wasn't just the act of a possible assault, but I think a ripple effect of like maybe spreading photos. That I don't know, but I assume that that's what's happening. And something else happened with the underclassman's mom finding out about this. I think it was shown to her, and then she was basically hospitalized due to the shock, I think. And the underclassman has been plotting, revenge for a really, really long time. I'd really like to find out what happened to the other boys involved in what happened to him, or if it is very if I remember correctly, I think the two main characters, the underclassman and the upperclassman, I can't remember everybody's name. They were close, and if they were close when they were younger, that made the younger one feel safe, but that was kind of used manipulatively, and that's what led him to being assaulted, I think, by a group of other young boys. And I wonder if either he punished any of the other guys, or if it's all just strictly on, I think his name is Ji-wook, the main guy, because he trusted him and he betrayed him. But he has basically kidnapped the upperclassman. He's been holding him prisoner, assaulting him, and punishing him for what he did, but also punishing him for the fact that he doesn't remember what he did to him. We start to see, as these chapters have come out, that our main character he almost has a mental block. He knows that something was done that was horrible. He can't remember what it was. I don't know why he can't remember, if it's just something that he kind of forced himself to do, or if he like was injured and had like a traumatic brain injury and that's why he doesn't remember. So the guy who is punishing him is also really, really, really conflicted and upset about it. And when I say conflicted, I think he's going to do this regardless. I think he's just mad that it could be taking longer for him to really understand why this is happening to him, but also he is infatuated with him. It is a very twisted story. Flashing hands over. It's a very twisted story. But what I'm saying is, after all that description, both of these main characters are wrong. I wonder if there is, like, if people think one is more wrong than the other. I would say across the board, they are both on the same level. Because it's like, what he did to him when they were, you are a monster for that. What happened to him was horrifying. He deserves to be angry. The things that he has done to him are horrifying and absolutely wrong. And I just don't think that, you know, if I think that what he did is wrong, I can't think that what you did is not wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting, but I don't know. I don't see a lot of people on Twitter talking about, like, the details. They're mostly just, like, gooning over the art. You know, it is what it is. That's not a judgment. I'm just saying I'm not seeing a lot of dialogue, like, really conversations. And, like, some of the comments on Lezen, I haven't dug into a lot of them, but, like, the main ones that typically pop up are just gooning. And it's like, I want to really see I want to see what some people are saying and, like, what their thoughts are about the story, especially if they already know and have read the novel. I need to go searching for that, because I'd like to see maybe someone who's broken things down further, you know. I like when people do that. Anyway, that's what I've read so far. I'm going to keep on reading. I'm trying. I got to keep on going, because I haven't read a lot this month at all. But that's because I've been crying a lot and really upset. So there you have that. But here we go. We're going to keep on going. Devin and I are not hanging out tonight. So y'all have got me for Directed Tonight. And we might be ending it. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe we will, but we'll see. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, so I just finished You Might As Well Be the One. No, actually. So I'm going to read the synopsis. College girl Ichika's looking for love, and her new friend Kosai's perfect. He's kind, cute, loves all the same movies, except he's looking to keep it casual. She knows she must not fall for him, and yet, it's that and yet that pisses me off. College student Ichika's done with boys who won't commit, except for this one, apparently. She's looking for a proper long-term relationship, yet because of her flashy appearance, she's often misunderstood. Her determination takes her to a mixer, where another night of frustration she bumps into Kosai. He's totally upfront. He just wants to keep things casual, yet to Ichika's chagrin, they immediately click, finding more and more common ground. In another universe, they could be great friends. Despite herself, Ichika goes tumbling head over heels. She knows pursuing Kohai is just getting her further and further from her LTR goals. What could one woman compromise for love? I really don't want a woman to compromise anything, because this guy, and I'm not just saying, like, he couldn't be more clear he wants casual. He couldn't be more clear that he's like, this isn't going to happen. But at the same time, I almost wish he would go a step further, because, okay, actually, let me get to the point. So, okay. Yeah, so she is actually my height, so I really like that for her. Good for her, 5'7", 5'8". Really beautiful girl. I guess everybody thinks that she's maybe just as a party girl, possibly. I don't feel like we really get into exactly why. Like, it's like that. I don't know. But as it said, she goes to a mixer. It's not really going well. Guys are looking at her chest. She's like, I'm looking for something serious. And then she meets him. They have really good banter. They're not from the same college department, because it was like a college mixer. And yeah, then they start kind of seeing each other, but not as in dating. Once she gets to the point where she feels like, oh, you know, I'm going to tell him how I feel, she finds out, like, oh, he's into, like, just hooking up. And he says that point blank. Okay. She continues to be friends with him, which I don't think is a bad thing. But what makes me sick to my stomach is the fact that she's, like, insufferable about maybe. No, actually, let's stop. Okay, let's have a little bit of self-respect and not keep doing this to yourself. love yourself and don't keep subjecting yourself to this kind of ridiculousness, right? So, and here's my other thing. It's like, you're not even, I don't think that she's truly giving an actual shot to like meet guys in a serious way. You are hanging around, Kohai, is that his name? You're hanging around him, knowing that you still have feelings for him. Obviously, if the roles were reversed, I would still feel this way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm like, girl, what the fuck? Anyway, so she's still harboring these feelings, sometimes like acting jealous and stuff. And it's just like, no, it's been made very, very clear. But she keeps holding out hope, and they go to a festival, fireworks together, of course. And, you know, then she's and then actually I skipped something, because she tried to make him jealous when she's going on a date. Now, why are you doing that? She's in her monologue is like, oh, I wonder if he's going to care. He doesn't really seem like he cares. I don't know. Maybe it's because he said, like, I just want to do casual things, and you've made it abundantly clear, as I have, about my preference, that your preference is a relationship. So that's how it is. So obviously he likes her, but he knows that he is into something that she's not. So he's not going to try to sit there and play games with her. Anyway, she like blurts out like, then date me, you know, or whatever. And he's like, no. So they kind of understand whatever. And to even put it even further, he was like, look, no, really, she's kind of like, I don't remember if she said it out loud or it was just her inner monologue, but she's basically like, will you change for me though? Girl, stand up, please. Stand up. Get out of there. If you can't be friends with them because you just can't fucking let it go, okay, then don't be fucking friends with them. But what is this shit? I mean, it is sad to see. I'm just being honest here. So, yeah, she's begging, pleading. And he's like, no, I could call 2 girls over here to fuck them right now. And she still has the audacity to sit there. I'm still not going to blame him for this. I wish that he wouldn't phrase it this way, because I feel like this just feeds into her delusional hope, which we all know that they're going to end up dating at the end of this. I mean, that's just obvious, but it doesn't change the fact that when you're like, you can do better than me, that is almost like a competition to her. That's almost like a challenge. Like, oh my God, no. I mean, even though I've sat here and I've made it very clear that I don't want anything casual, and you have made that very explicitly clear that that's what you want, I actually do think that I deserve to be with a situationship guy, because, yeah, I mean, you basically said that you want something completely opposite of me, but we just click, so what? Like, look at me. Like, I sound like a bitch right now, because I am pissed off. Like, this is one of those, I don't know, like, I could see myself continuing reading this, but I will probably be pissed off the entire time. And I don't know if I deserve to put myself through that. I'm already stressed enough, okay? So, I'm done. I'm done with that rant. I was just so not about that story. But the art is stunning, okay? I'm going to put that out there, okay? I'm annoyed by the characters, but the art is stunning, okay? You can't even tell me anything about this main female character. She is gorgeous, okay? Everybody's drawn so beautifully. Chef's kiss. But your personality is pissing me off, and I want you to love yourself a little bit more. I mean, Jesus. But I also think the other part of it is that she's so, like, starved for a boyfriend. And it's like, girl, can you not stand to be alone? I mean, Jesus Christ. I understand, we want companionship, but I mean, good God. I think it's the desperation, like, of her character being like, well, when am I going to find a decent guy around here? Well, now that you've clearly, you're not going to move on from this guy who doesn't want the same things as you, and who's telling you it's not going to happen, are you even giving anybody a fair shot? Because as soon as he decides that he wants to try it with you, you're going to drop whoever is making a real effort. So, don't get me started. I'm pissed. Now let's move on to the other thing. Okay. I also read Virgin Ventures, The Hilarious Hijinks of Erotic Amateurs. This is so cute. I actually will be continuing this. I loved this actually. So yeah, she is helping her grandmother in her like inn or whatever, a apartment complex or something, and she's got to go deliver a bento and get the rent from this particular tenant who is a man, and he's kind of like, I wouldn't say he's a shut-in, it's just like he's an author, so like he's like very much in his room, kind of in the zone, but he's actually a really pleasant person. So I really liked both of these main characters. She's very shy, but her whole thing is she is really obsessed with lingerie. She goes, to things that are very sweet and, soft and feminine, to like really raunchy, and there's always a story behind it for her. I mean, she's just such an interesting person. It makes me sad that she kind of has this like feeling about like, I'm just so plain, but I'm into lingerie and I must be weird. Like, it makes me sad for her because like she seems so sweet, and then but she is a virgin and she doesn't have experience with men, right? Then you have the other guy, I cannot remember his name, I'm sorry, the main male character. He writes erotica, but he is a virgin. And I'm going to be honest with you, when she's first reading his work before they start working together, I was like, oh, okay. All right. Okay, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing that in my mind. And you know what? Yeah. Hell yeah. So, actually a really good author, if I do say so myself. So, yeah, they end up in a hijink, a la the title. But I do think that it is really, really cute and funny. They're dynamic with each other. I want to see more of them. I want to see a romance build between them. I'm assuming that is what will happen in time. But yeah, I love both of the main characters. When he takes her to a BDSM show, I thought, oh my God. And they are just so cute together. And I like how he brings out a side of her to be more confident and forward. And she helps him not have writer's block. There's some other things that she's clearly helping him with, or that he's getting out of this. But in general, I just really think that they are so cute together. They bring out the best in each other. They're kind of helping the other one get out of their shell in some way. And I really, really like that. And they're both really hot. So that's really great for them. Congratulations. I mean, seriously, the author's like, yeah, you can't see that part, Lord. Oh my God. And it's also very funny. I think that's the other part that's like, oh, okay, maybe I can't show you anything, but 10 out of 10. I like it. I will be continuing on with this series because it's very, very fun. And the night is not over, so we're going to keep on chugging. I'm almost done with The Mummy. My God. Horrifying, this movie. I had to cover my eyes quite a few times, particularly the nail clipper moment. I was warned. But interesting little lore. I'm liking what they did with this, but, we're at the end and, oh my God. But yeah, very, very, very crazy. I'm glad I watched it during the daytime. Yeah. Ooh, I just read this. I'm really glad I have the next 5 volumes. This was so good. Okay, so I really, really, really like this. I'm going to read the back, but this is really good. It reminds me of My Happy Marriage, except with a female main character who I think actually has a personality. I mean, I want to get back into My Happy Marriage, but I definitely fell off because it just really didn't seem like much was going to change with the main female character of that story. But I dropped it early, so I don't know. She might get even more powerful. I didn't even make it to the second volume of the light novel, so that's on me. But this right off the bat, this was very good. I really, really like this. Really interesting betrayal, double crossing. I mean, it's good. Okay. Noragami meets My Happy Marriage in this steamy new historical fantasy romance about a cursed girl shunned by those around her and the demon hunter who falls for her. So I love Noragami. I still have to finish the last volume, but that is the series I am probably going to restart from the beginning and go all the way through because it was, it took a while to get to then. But I think that's actually a really, really good description. And just like I said, My Happy Marriage. I hadn't read this before I picked the phone up, so I knew. All right. Young, cheerful Nanio can't wait to marry her betrothed Raito, the young lord of the Byakurenji family, but that changes one night when she is attacked by a vengeful yokai spirit, an Ayakashi, leaving her scarred with the mark of a demonic curse. Her cousin, Akemi, seizes the chance to steal away her fiancé, but it doesn't matter. Rito now finds her repulsive, and Nanio is forced to wear a monkey mask to hide her scar and live the life of an outcast. Years later, she meets Yako, the willful young scion of another noble family. When Nanio's mask shatters after an accident, Yako sees her face and is drawn to her beauty and great spiritual power, but there's more to the handsome young lord than meets the eye, and when Yako offers Nanio a way out of her torturous life, the new life that awaits her is filled with more mystery and intrigue than she could ever imagine. I mean, stunning, just stunning. And I think the other thing I like about this is it's actually, how do I put this? I liked My Happy Marriage, but I never really got a sense of passion between the two main characters the way I'm getting from them, or like in like a lot of other stories. Like, the thing about My Happy Marriage is it seems so dry sometimes, and it's just kind of like a man who's very fond of a woman that he has to help, and she is very fond of a man who has to help her. Like, it doesn't really seem like there's any passion there and real love that's like going to be, blow your socks off, level of love. It's just kind of like, yep. But I guess that is better than what she experienced before, all the drama with the damn stepmama and stepsister and all this other shit. The dad being a fucking asshole. So there's that. We want to keep that in mind. We want to acknowledge. In this, though, there's a little bit more. And I think it's because his character is really, really interesting in the way that his family is. So, yeah. She was betrothed to Raito, this clan that is all about purity and tradition. So it's pretty stifled and stiff, if you will. Obviously, as it said, her cousin double-crossed her ass, okay? She did so basically, like, no one in the place, especially a woman, could cross the border. Like, this rope that was basically like, okay, this is the protection zone. You can't cross the protection zone. But Akemi purposefully did something so that she would kind of either have to put herself on the other side, or someone could. I think she was pushed. That's the image I have in my mind. So she's now tainted. And I think the assumption is that she was assaulted by a yokai. She actually doesn't know if that's what happened. And I wonder if maybe there was like I wonder if the twist will be, yes, she had a yokai whatever seal on her, but if maybe someone could have put that on her. Does that make sense? Like, it was actually like a bait and switch. Like, she really wasn't tainted, but they did a magical spell on her to make it look like that would be an interesting twist. But yeah, she's lived this life where she's been extremely abused. I mean, open hand slapping this young lady, okay? Beating her with a rod. All the while, the cousin, bitch, you got what you wanted, but you know what the issue is that the cousin, Akemi, she might be pretty, but she knows there's something about Nanio, okay? She has the highest spiritual power in the bitch, okay? So you're not even touching her on that. The only thing that you have up on her, if you could even call it that, is the fact that, you did something dastardly to her. So I don't know why we're acting like she's the bad guy here. It's you, bitch. Anyway. Yeah, so she's getting knocked upside the head day, noon, and night. It's insane. And that's when this guy from another clan is coming. They deal more with the Ayakashi, as it said. They're not like stuck up and thinking that they're better than demons or whatever. Yokai, Ayakashi, like they, like he and his clan live in harmony as much as possible with this other group, you know what I mean? And he doesn't look down on someone like her in her situation because she's like, she's still a person. Okay, empathy. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody has it here. So when she tries to save her, well, her cousin had a baby with Raito. I don't know how they're related. Second cousin? Something like that. She tries to save him because there's some damn spirit bugs in there cutting up the baby. She's getting cut up by the damn spirit bugs, and they don't see him because they are so stiff that they don't even see the stuff around them half the damn time. So she's getting beat upside the head here, and he has to save her ass. And guess what? He gets a lick of that blood, girl, because what we find out is he's like a vampire. Ooh. And he's like, yep, I'm going to make her mine. Here's the thing, though. I forgot to say this. She was forced to wear this mask after she had the orangutan seal on her. And it's like this... I don't know if you can see it in here. You can kind of see it. You see the scar there. That's like giving off the tainted orangutan pheromones or whatever the fuck. So she was forced by not by Raito's father or whoever, like an elder, to wear this monkey mask. And it was supposed to obviously like kind of distinguish her that she's someone who's tainted. But we find out that the truth is that the other reason why he made her wear that mask is because he knew that she would become more beautiful and that Raito would basically waver because he really did have feelings for her. And he would want to be with her despite her being tainted. And then that would, ruin the pure clan blood, basically. So we had some sneakiness going on. But, yep, as soon as that thing came off, Raito immediately infatuated with her. It's sick. And the way this ended, oh my God, like I'm going to pick up I'm going to do the right thing and put some stuff away right now because I've been surrounded by the same volumes over and over and over again and I'm not picking them up. So I'm clearly not in the mood, but I have the next 5. I am going to continue this. That is a priority. This is so good. I cannot wait to continue this and I'm excited. And it's just simply that easy. I'm loving their chemistry. I know that there's going to be a passion here, and I like that. She's going to become more confident, which I'm enjoying, and she's about to fucking beat some fucking spirit ass if need be, girl, because she's the fucking, most powerful spirit lady, dark spiritual power in here. Fuck you, Akemi. But dude, can I say this one thing too? When you, like, Akemi is so jealous of Naneo. Like, in a way that's really scary. So, like, obviously she's about to set her up to go across the border. And okay, so she did actually go across, I think. But yeah, the orangutan gets her. Oh my God, hold on. Let me see if I can find the... Oh, God, yeah, see, look how evil she is. She's so evil, and good Lord. I love when they're drawn like this. Look at her, open hand slapped across the fucking face. Can you believe that shit? I can't even. But you see, like, I love when it's drawn like that because you can, even if there was no dialogue, you could just feel exactly what's happening. Ugh. Beautiful. Oh, and then The Mummy was good. I don't know if I mentioned that. I finished it. Very, very frightening. But I was happy with the end. You know what? That was an interesting ending because it didn't have to end that way. And I like that it did. They could have just left it the way that you might think. But no, they got me, and I like that. So yes, very, very good. We will talk again. If I could stay awake. Na. I will, because I'm going to read some more, because I got things to say, but I'm going to put this stuff away, change up my stacks, and we will be good to go. Okay, I finished volume 2. So good. started volume 3. I'm very hungry, so I need to eat first and charge my phone because it's on 13% battery life. Girl, yes, yes. This is everything I wanted my happy marriage to be. Because here's the thing, I don't mean to keep bringing it up, but if you've read or watched My Happy Marriage, you would, and you liked it, you would like this. But if I had to guess what you would like better, I think you would like this better. Don't judge me, and I don't even know who's watching this. I'm speaking mainly for myself, though, because I like this so much more. I think because My Happy Marriage is such a slow burn at times, that's what has made me, like, even though I've kept up with buying it, I haven't felt the urge to read it. But this, girl, I don't know when volume 7 comes out. I don't know if volume 6 is the last one, but I will be completing this, whether I have to wait for the next volume or I'm done in one sitting. Okay. So, a bit of a spoiler. I was right. There was something a little bit more to the mask than even what they first kind of told us. Okay, so yes, Naneo, she's fully with Master Yako. Okay, she sees, like, okay, the world they live in, it's far more accepting. Like, I don't get treated like crap, basically, and it's really, really helping her love herself more. We find out a little bit more for why she has kept the hairpin that Raito gave her. Okay, so we find out a few things. So Yako's been taking her to the doctor to get medicine that will kind of like lessen the power scent, whatever, of her like cursed seal. And that is helping her have a little bit more confidence as well. He then reveals that there is a way to remove the seal, and it's if you exorcise the yokai who put it on her. So it's so funny the way that the clan that she was supposed to marry into and that she's a part of was just so like anti, when I mean, no one even tried to do anything. Okay, but the difference is that his clan that he's from, they are the exorcisers mainly. So like, yeah, and they're far more progressive too. Oh, we're riding us on Alada's bike now. It's getting late. Get home now. Come on. Anyway, so that's obviously going to happen. He's going to exorcise the demon. Maybe he won't. Maybe she'll say, I don't even care. You know what I mean? I'll keep the damn thing. But he is just so willing to do anything for her, and I'm loving it. I'm loving that. I knew that there was going to be a passion there, and there you have that. So he's kind of like wanting and signing her. She's so sweet, but then she runs into Akemi at the hospital, bitch. That evil wench is there, jealous as all get out, because it's not enough for her to be married to Raito. She has so much hatred and resentment towards Naneo, and we kind of find out why in volume 3, right? But she will not let up. And at the end of the day, Akemi's got a dark soul. She is very, very evil, nasty spirited, and she's just an all-around bad person. Like, part of this whole thing about being the bride is you are pouring your spiritual energy into the food that you make for your partner, and that like fuels them through the day. So the person who was making the meals in the clan was actually Naneo, even though it's supposed to be Akemi as the wife. So as soon as Naneo's not there, they find out Akemi can't fucking cook. She has like no intention, and she's just a very stuck up person. So I don't even think that even though she is somebody who has like the second highest spiritual power, the only reason why, like, Akemi was supposed to be the one to marry Raito, but then Naneo had more power than her. So it just goes to the person who has more power. There's nothing you can do about that. So even though she has more power, it's almost like, or she has the second most power, it's like she just doesn't take it seriously, and she's just a mean person. So even if she could channel anything, I don't even think with her negative attitude if it could like do anything positive. So anyway, she is clearly jealous. She knows that her like reputation within the family has sunk, and people, even though they still view Naneo as like, oh, she's tainted, we don't like her, they still have to acknowledge the fact that she was very powerful, that she was talented and that like she was supposed to be the first, right? So she's about to first of all, she's about to steal, okay? She's about to steal something from Nanio that was given to her by Yako. Excuse me, the gall. Okay, the gall of you to think that you could just steal from me? Theft? After everything too, bitch. Well, thankfully Raito's there and he's basically like, bitch, go back to my mama, okay? Because she's looking for your ass and she's pissed off. But here's the thing though. Raito's pissed. He wants Nanio back. He really, I don't want to say he got a wake-up call, but we'll just call it that. He got a wake-up call from Yako, really showing and pointing out, like, look at how you and everybody else here has treated her. And you are the biggest evil person of all for treating her like that, the way that you are. So he is, and Raito's pissed off to find out that Yako is a Tsubaki demon, so basically a vampire, and he's like, oh my god, like, this is awful. Now he wants to, sabotage their wedding, and so he can take Nanio back. Bitch, what do we find out after? We find out, I think in this one, either the end of this one, going into this one, or this one. I can't remember which, but basically we find out that mask was even worse, bitch. The mask that the family made Nanio wear. Okay, so we know that it was supposed to, like, mark her as tainted. We know that it was supposed to hide her beauty. I don't know if it had a seal so she couldn't talk, but she wasn't allowed to speak either. No one was allowed to hear her voice. She was just supposed to be, like, a servant slave, basically. Okay, well, he finds out that there was another seal in the mask that made it so Raito hated her. So he actually really did love Nanio. And the seal that they put on the mask just caused him to basically treat her poorly. And to a certain extent, I actually do feel sorry for him in that situation, because that is awful. But if we remember, if we go back and we think about, like, when he first saw her, right, after she's attacked by the yokai, she's not wearing a mask yet. There's no mask. He, like, is repulsed by her. He pulls back and he's like, you smell like a monkey. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that is always burned into her brain. So even though he really did love Nanio and his family did do something to manipulate the situation further, he still reacted that way. Now, some could argue, well, this is how he was raised. So what do you expect? That's not me, though. Okay, be a good person regardless. But somebody could make that argument. Okay, boom, 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 we're moving forward. He doesn't want them to get married, bitch. But he sees that she still has the fucking hairpin that she gave him. Oh. Okay, sorry. Devin came downstairs and interrupted me. Anyway, he sees that she still has the hairpin, and he thinks he's got something on it. Like, he thinks, oh, well, that must mean she loves me. No, it's actually not the truth, sir. You think that just because she still has the bitch, that she loves you? Well, guess what? Joke's on you, ho. It's actually it's a much sadder reason than that. And it's actually very, very sad and depressing. So, fuck you for even trying to put it like that. So, yeah. It's very awkward between her and Yako at that point, because he's like, why do you have it? Why are you still keeping it? But he's in his feelings. They don't, eventually, they get to talking, and she's like, this is the reason why I am tainted. I held onto it because I knew that it would be, like, basically she could kill herself with it. That's essentially, to make a long story short, she was going to use the pen to kill herself. And, her biggest fear is being abandoned, especially after experiencing tenderness with Yako and his clan and the people in the city and the capital. So she thinks at this moment that she's going to be abandoned. She overhears servants kind of gossiping and talking about how the wedding is canceled. There's no real context other than, which is canceled. And then, oh, well, there's a rumor that, the clan that she came from, they are sending out women and making them spies. So they, so now there's this big, like a bigger plot or something. And it's like, bitch, she's ready to end it all, sadly. So she's about to fucking stab herself in the throat. And he's like, no, please don't. I love you. And everything's fine. But thank you, refrigerator, for making ice. But bitch, I think I even forgot to say this. No, wait, maybe I did say it, but I can't remember. Yeah, so Raito is not, he's going to divorce Akemi. I actually don't think I mentioned that. Did I mention that? I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I don't remember how I started this. Anyway, the reason why we find out, you know, about the mask and then the spell in it or whatever, is that he basically tells her, Akemi, like, I'm relieving you of being my wife. First of all, you can't even do the fucking job, bitch. You can't cook a fucking meal. And then he's like, you're a fucking bitch to everybody here. You keep ruining our reputation and you can't help yourself. Like, what is the problem? Can't you just, like, not act like this? Well, let me tell you something about the way this lady looks. I mean, she is frightening to behold. There is something, girl, look at these crazy eyes. I don't like a crazy-eyed woman. They scare me. Oh my God. So that's what's going on so far. Akemi is not done. Okay, I know that she is going to try something. And it's probably going to be kind of similar to what we saw in My Happy Marriage, where it's like the younger sister, I don't care. But I think it's going to be really interesting because I think whatever Akemi does to Nanao is going to backfire, right? So Akemi right now is freaking out and obviously pissed off because, like, okay, my husband is still in love with Nanao and will push me to the side for her. And Nanao is now with this guy who is actually a step above my husband. He's a step above the Raito and his family, his clan. Why? And he seems to love, maybe not even love. It doesn't even matter. He still is not going to let her go. So she's sitting here freaking out like, what the fuck? What does Nanao have that I don't? She's just not a fucking evil person. But, you know, people like that don't really acknowledge that. Anyway. So I know she's going to do something. I think her being obsessed about the fact that they are fighting over her is going to backfire on Raito. Please don't let this involve fire or a knife. I mean, something's going to happen where I think both of the men are going to have to save Nanao, and we all know who's really going to come through. But we'll see, bitch. You know, I've actually predicted everything wrong the last few months that I've read something. So I could be absolutely wrong, but it's okay. That's the fun of it. We're just, you know, talking it through together. But yes, I'm on volume 3. I'm gonna make some ramen. That's gonna be delicious. I kind of want 2 packs. Gotta really pamper myself here. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. Maybe we'll finish till volume 6 and maybe that's when we'll end the video. I don't know. We'll see, but this is really good. I'm glad I decided to, and look at that. Look at that. So much smaller now, okay? Not towering over me. I'm doing good. I'm doing better, everybody. But yeah, I'm glad I brought this out. I'm glad I started this because this is really freaking good. And I like it so much. So, yeah. Oh, you see me standing here. Do I look good looking you? Do I look good today? Okay, so moving on from that, I'm also watching The Meg. Okay, we've got a classic here. Come on. All right, I'm gonna eat some noodles. We're gonna finish reading. I'm gonna figure out how many clips I have, and if I can kind of, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We're definitely gonna be hopefully talking about this before the night is over, and then maybe I will pick up a webtoon or get into another volume off of NetGalley. We'll see. I gotta do better. I'm kind of behind. Let me see really quick. So I haven't read this one. So one, as far as volumes are concerned, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm actually doing pretty good. Oh, I didn't read this one either. I need to read that. So, not terrible. Obviously, there's some regular books I need to read. Oh, lordy, but these are on my Kindle, so we're fine. But I actually did start reading Seven Sundays, but I kind of dropped it. I'm gonna get back into it though, so yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna get into this. We've read some really good things recently, so that's nice. But I really do need to focus on NetGalley. It gets up there, but then it stays in the same percentage. But anyway, I will see you guys again after I eat and read a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Oh my God. Okay, so it's the next day. It's Wednesday. I didn't finish reading all 6 volumes of the Ayakashi Hunter's Tainted Bride, but I read volume 2 and I just finished volume 3, and I also read a webtoon, and I want to end the video talking about those things because they're very good. Okay, let's get back into the Ayakashi Hunter's Tainted Blood. Let's really talk about it, because when I tell you that Yako does not play about Naneo, okay, bitch, and people consistently keep trying to come for my girl, okay, and how dare you? How dare you? And I was kind of right about a theory I had, which I can't quite remember what I said last night, but I remember what my theories have been. Okay, so where do we go from here? Okay, let me get myself acclimated again. Okay, no, we saw, okay, I think the last, oh, hold on. Let me see, this was the last thing we talked about, right? And I'm honestly thinking about reading the light novel, because there definitely is a light novel, I believe. I think, but so good. Anyway, okay, so where we left off, and this is spoilers, y'all, and I'll try to keep it quick.
You sure about that?
Oh, you know, I suffer with a too much yap syndrome. Okay, so where we left off last night, I think I had just finished volume 2 and was getting into volume 3. And what we finished off on was Akemi, the cousin who was married to Raito from the Barakurenji clan. She is now being dismissed by Raito because he's like, no, I really want to be with Naneo. The things we found out were the mask that they put Naneo in, the monkey mask, was there to, you know, show that she was tainted, even though you knew that she was tainted because she had a scar on her forehead, but also it kind of exuded, like, I'm just calling it pheromones, you know, to keep it simple, that she was attacked by an orangutan yokai or Ayakashi spirit. It was to hide her face also from Raito because she was still beautiful, and his family kind of knew, like, he's going to still want to be with her. But what we found out is that there was a seal put in it. His clan is, like, very, very big on seals. That would make him hate her just as much. So, like, he would never have any affection for her. Okay. But I do remember mentioning this. I think I mentioned it out loud. I definitely thought it. Despite the seal being on there, when he first found out that she had been attacked, his first reaction was to pull away and look at her in disgust and say, you reek of monkey. Okay, so it didn't matter with the seal or not. You were still a fucking asshole, and she's never gonna forget that, okay? She's haunted by these thoughts and feelings, and that's just not right. And you know what's gonna happen now? Boom, okay? We're done with Raito and that fucking clan. Fuck them. I hate him so much, okay? So he says, look here, Akemi, we're done, and I'm getting Naneo back. Okay, whatever. I don't like the second part, but I definitely like the first part. So, of course, you know, Akemi is going to be freaking the fuck out. She's like, I can't let that stand. So I am going to do what I do best. Not that good, though, because look at her now, bitch. I'm going to try to seduce Yako. Am I even saying Yaku? Girl, I'm sorry. She's going to try to convince Yako, who is Naneo's betrothed, because she's like, well, if I can't be in this clan, I might as well be in the main clan, and I'm also going to, you know, stick it to Naneo because she can't help herself. She's a nasty bitch. Okay, she's got a nasty spirit and I hate her ass. All right, so she shows up. Okay, things are going well for Naneo. Okay, she's getting a little bit more confidence. We find out about, you know, the truth about why she still has the hairpin. You know, she just really suffered so much, and this only brings Yako closer to her. You know, he really, really loves her. She obviously loves him, and they're about to make sweet, beautiful love together for the rest of their lives. And I don't just mean sexual. I mean, that is pure love, and it's passionate and it's real. And again, he does not play about her, and you know, she's about to not play about him, and I really do appreciate that. So Akemi
kind of basically like disguises herself on a rainy day to get let into Nanio's home in the main clan. What is their name again? Everybody's is a B, so now I'm getting confused. Benitsubaki. So Yako is of the Benitsubaki family. Okay. Well, it's too late. Unfortunately, she's invited her in after she is revealed. Bitch. Okay, so she comes in, and of course, Akemi can't help herself. She's got to be a fucking bitch, okay? Dare I say, oh God, I'm sorry I have to use that type of language, but it's the truth. And not in a good way, because we know that somebody can be kind of cunty and it's good, but she's the evil kind, okay? She a twat, maybe. That might be a good descriptor for Akemi. Just a fucking bitch, an evil fucking bitchy witch of a bitch. I don't know. Nothing positive to say about her. Okay. And, she's steadily being mean to the demons that are within the home. We've already established the fact that, like, they are cool with Ayakashi and demons and everything. So her behaving this way is just, like, making it really, like, bitch, you don't belong here. But she is so entitled and so nasty-spirited that she thinks, like, I can just talk down to Nanio. She will just accept, what has been done. And her man will love me because, that's what she's used to. She's used to using her looks to get away with whatever she wants. And she just really sucks in general. So even though she has, like, nice looks and she has high spiritual power, she's still, like, not good at anything, and we hate people like that, bitch. So, of course, Yako busts up in the bitch, and he's like, oh, okay, you want to talk shit about my girl? Okay, boom, 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 and he gets her, okay, and he gets her. And she really is sitting here talking shit in front of Nanio. Well, Nanio says, oh, hell no! You think that you're fixing to fucking take my man, bitch? Hell no, I'm about to tell you something about yourself. Then, of course, what ends up happening, and we knew it was going to happen because she can't help herself, the truth comes out about the hairpin. So now, this was the theory I thought was true, that she wasn't really tainted, but, like, they found a spell to do that. And who knows? But technically, yes. So we know the reason why the hairpin ended up on the other side of the barrier, and it was because Akemi threw it. She reveals this, she confesses, and Yako's like, well, guess what, bitch? That's like attempted murder. Okay, so you're fixing to get your ass put in jail. Okay, are you ready? And she tries to take the damn hairpin and stab Nanio. Excusez-moi. Well, she accidentally stabs Yako instead, and guess what? The demons take her away, and you're gonna be locked up for life. Fuck you. First one down. Boom. And we love to see it. And let me try to find dude, she was evil, dude. When you want to talk about the way this bitch is drawn, we're talking about real crazy. And y'all know I don't like a crazy eye. She's a crazy-eyed bitch. So she's like, how dare you? How dare you people like her? How can you do this? But look at her. And then she gets exposed and she's like, excuse me? What? Yeah, we found out the truth, ho. I mean, she is not taking it well, okay? She cannot accept, and then what happens? She tries to stab Nanio, but she stabs him instead because he's gonna defend his woman. Unlike the man you're with, ho. Unlike the man you're with, and then she gets dragged away, kicking and screaming as you deserve. So you might think, oh, thank God the danger's over. No, it's not quite over yet because we still have to deal with Raito. Because he has convinced himself that all it's going to take is for him to just get Nanio here and that's it. We're going to go away and you're going to be my wife. And I don't, like, he is so delusional, right? So Raito, he is already a piece of shit, but he has convinced himself that the only reason why he treated Nanio like that was because of the mask, because he realized the seal was on the mask, but no. And I loved her for this. He's like, oh, no, you can come be with me, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no. She, like, spills a little bit of blood and he, like, recoils and she's like, you see what I'm talking about? You really don't fuck with me like you act like you do. But he's just like, no, it was the seal, And she's like, no, you said something before we put the damn mask on me. So don't even try to play games, trying to gaslight me. I hate that. Fuck men like that. Girl, guess what he tries to, oh, by the way, he has her, like, locked up in a damn barrier room like a psycho. And he's like, no, I'm going to take you away with me, girl. And guess what this motherfucker brings out? Ugh, I'm disgusted. Guess what he brings out? He brings the monkey mask out and he puts it on her fucking face. And he puts a spell on it to basically make her comply with him. Coercion? Possibly, right? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Well, thank God she's strong now. Because this is the other thing. And I know I'm going to say it again. I'm sorry. But this is why okay, hold on. Calm the tone. This is why, like, I will eventually give my happy marriage a chance. But, like, because of how quickly Nanio, like, really stands up for herself, this is why I kind of prefer this over my happy marriage. But I have not finished my happy marriage, so I'm going to try not to be so judgmental. And I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just saying, like, it's on the damn back of it, okay? It's Noragami means my happy marriage, okay? Okay, what else can I do? She's like, oh, fuck now. Get the fuck back. And then she's stabbing on him. Get the fuck out of here. They take him down. They take him down. And he's in jail right by his ex-wife, bitch. Fuck you. But then we kind of find out that there might be a bigger plot to all of this. And not in a bad way, but like from Yako's like father, we kind of see him having a separate conversation with someone where, you know, he's basically like, he kind of used her for bait. Like he knew that this was going to happen and he may very well be using this marriage for a greater good. So the good thing is that at least that they're on their side, there are people who are kind of pulling strings. It's not right, but it is supposed to be for the greater good. And it's hopefully not going to put anyone in too much danger, even though the bitch almost got kidnapped. So what the hell? But then at the end, it's not over, y'all. It's not over for Nanio. Like she is just constantly getting effed in the egg by these fuckers. Okay, but we shall persist. And now enters the damn mother-in-law who is a bitch. And we'll see what happens there, girl. We'll see what happens here. But this is so good. I recommend it 1,000 times because it was just so freaking good. And I'm not even done. The 7th volume comes out in August. I think August 25th. Hope to God that doesn't get changed because I can't take this anymore. It's like I almost want to take my time, but I can't. Now that I'm involved, I must keep going. Now, what else did I read last night? All it took was one TikTok. Somebody mentioned a webtoon that they were reading, and I had to get into it. Okay, so I want to first start off by saying, if you read A Group Chat Without Me, I think you will like this. It's taking place in that kind of like high school time frame, like younger. Would you call them young adults if they're in high school? Because they're not 18 yet, but they're younger high schoolers. This is a thriller. Okay. I'm trying to think of what else would be a good... okay, so I would say, like, if you liked A Group Chat Without Me, but you also like Bastard, this is kind of like weaving them both together in a way. If you've read those, that's all I'm saying. They're not exactly alike, but they're very similar. And that you're dealing with young people... kind of dealing with peer pressure, wanting to fit in. There's a little bit of murder going on. That's where we get Bastard. But, dude, okay, so let me read the synopsis because, you know, I tend to yap, girl. I do yap, not even tend. Okay. I dare you. And I will put the picture up. Sarong Yu, a second year in high school, has never really fit in. She isn't exactly bullied, but her classmates keep singling her out, even pushing the dares from their humiliation games onto her. No one says it out loud, but everyone senses something seriously off about her as the games take on a darker, more unsettling edge. Will these games help Sarong finally find acceptance among her peers, or will the escalating dares reveal the twisted side everyone suspects is already there? The series contains mature themes such as extreme bullying and harassment that may not be suitable for all readers. Viewer discretion is advised. This is mature, rated mature 18+. The tags are drama, high school, manipulation. Okay, so I want to try to give a spoiler-free review first, and then we're gonna go in. Okay, so one, I'd like to say that I really it's I think it's a psychological thing as well, because you like it said, you're dealing with bullying. Okay, so you've got high school students who, you know, some are struggling to find themselves. We know that peer pressure is really common when you're in high school, and this group of kids does this thing called the humiliation game. And it's basically just like truth or dare, except the dares can be very extreme, but they've never been like too extreme. So like, oh, you ran around outside with your pants down. Oh, you asked somebody out who's like super popular and you'll get rejected. Mostly up until this point, it's been kind of hee hee ha ha, but it is at someone's expense. So there's one particular person who I feel when we first meet, he's not the main character compared to Sarang, but at the same time, he is kind of like a main person in a way. And you can tell that he is kind of like popular-ish within this group, but he's also kind of an outcast because he's kind of forced to do humiliating things. And a lot of the time, even though he's not happy with it, he feels like this is better than being without friends. So again, I feel for the youth. I just hate the fact that this is like a reality that some young people have to deal with, because that's just so sad, you know? And of course, like when you finally realize like, oh, this isn't okay, like you're hopefully still here with us, you know, because some of these things can be very traumatic. But when you get to the age where you finally realize that it's like, oh my God, I still experience all of this trauma. So boom. Sarang apparently had not been in school in middle school, so she's not really familiar with this game, and she's kind of called out by someone and she does it. And what we find out is that Sarang doesn't really experience feeling humiliated or shame or anything. She's a weirdo. And that becomes a reoccurring theme with a particular girl who keeps forcing her to play the humiliation game. Okay, so I really think that if you liked a group chat without me, you will like this, because, you know, you really are talking about like young people like fighting each other, and they're manipulating each other, and they don't ever know how to speak up, even when they're not happy. And kind of like Cast Heaven, where, you know, a lot of people didn't like the game in Cast Heaven, but they went with it because, well, this is just what you do. And it's kind of like this with the humiliation game, but not every single person in the school plays this game. And quite a few other students really hate this group of, it's the 2 girls and 3 guys. There might be another person, but it's like 5 people who a lot of students hate this group of kids, because this humiliation game like interrupts things for other people. So if you are a young person who is really into like paying attention, but you are kind of put into this dare, not because you are joining in on the game, but because like, oh, well, you know, they have to go ruffle someone's hair, like that interrupts your life. So nobody really likes these people, but they're the weirdos. Okay. Now we're going to spoil. Okay. So Sarang, something's very wrong with her. Okay. Yes, she does not experience shame or humiliation, but what we find out about her is she's seemingly an only child. She came from an abusive household, but she's been living with her mom. Her dad does not live with her and her mom because they have like a single mother like subsidy, I think. But he's an alcoholic. He may even be a drug addict, and he abuses his wife and his child. But for a while now, Sarang has just been with her mom. But what we also find out is that her mom is dead and her body is in the kimchi fridge. So there's that. And we don't know exactly how her mom died yet, but we know that her body was put in there because it's wrong. So Sarang has just kind of like been existing. She's also kind of heavily medicated, and there seems to be a mental health thing going on, but we don't exactly know what her diagnosis is. But she feels no shame, she's not humiliated, and she doesn't pick up on social cues very well. So like, she doesn't quite get what is supposed to be humiliating about some of these things that they want other kids to do. She's like, oh, well, why wouldn't I do it? What does it matter? Like, I don't care. Like this. So she's labeled as weird. And this girl who is constantly trying to, I can't remember her name. Shit, what is her name? Let me try to see. Let me see if I can go back to episode 1 and get her name really quick. Hold on. Subin? It's not Subin. Oh, by the way, so this is the guy who I was talking about, who's kind of like a lead, but he's not. Okay, slowly. Going. Da-da-da. We keep scrolling. Yeah, so basically like some of these panels are, you know, Sarang keeps getting asked she's basically like the butt of the joke for the humiliation game. She's been asked out a few times, and obviously she's like, sure, because she doesn't get it, you know what I mean? But there's the joke. Ha ha, everyone's laughing at him because he's obviously not gonna date her. So her inner monologue as she's walking home is, I guess the rule is you play rock, paper, scissors, and the loser has to do something humiliating. What's so hard about that? What's the game part of it? Humiliation, shame? I don't really know what that feels like. Is that why they think I'm all weird? I can't figure it out. Okay. So yeah, she just doesn't get those things. Okay, what's her name? This fucking evil bitch. I know she's a teenager, but you know what? Some people need to be called out for their bitchiness, even at a young age. What is her name? Fuck, I can't remember. Subin. Okay, I was right. Okay, so you can see she's got some baby bangs. She's got some piercings. She's supposed to be the artsy weirdo. I hate this child. I hate this fictional child so much. Okay, so Subin, she wants to be an artist, tortured, and she really, I mean, she's a pick-me, and her whole personality is about being weird, except someone calls out the fact that you're kind of like a wannabe weirdo. You act like you're into all of these weird things, but you're not really. And you say that you'll do anything for the humiliation game, but you really don't. So you're a wannabe. That does not sit well with her, okay? And you know, people like this, it doesn't typically sit well with them because it's like, yeah, your whole personality is just this thing and it's not authentic and you're not really being yourself. So she is just adamant. I've got to get Sarong to lose. I can't let her win. I want her to cry. Why? I don't know. Like, we eventually find out, but she is just adamant about basically proving to everyone that, yeah, Sarong seems weird, but I'm weirder. Ugh, insufferable. I hate her. I know she's not real, but she is real somewhere, and I can't stand people like that. So she is like, oh, do this, do that. One of the things they want Sarong to do, and this is going to be an indication of like the way Sarong is. They're like, oh, here's a funny one. Fart in your hand and poof it into someone's face, and they have to be like really grossed out and cuss. So they tell her to do it to the student council president. And what happens is Sarong can't fart. So she's like, all right, hold on. I'll figure something out. She's kind of trying to work out what exactly these rules are for this game. Because again, she doesn't feel shame or humiliation. So her mom, when she was alive, she was taking care of stray cats. The cats died now that her mom is dead. She buried them. Well, she's like, well, how do I win this game? She digs them back up, leaves them in the bag, and presents them to the person who she's supposed to fart on, and she shows them that. And he cusses. Yeah. And she technically wins, but nobody knows what was in the bag yet. So this does not go over well with Subin, right? She's like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck? Everyone's like, Sarong is so weird. She can't take it. She can't take that she's not the center of attention. And that's really what this is about for this character, is she wants to be the only one that's weird. She has to be the only one who is different and special in some way. And we find out why later. It doesn't necessarily make me care though. Like, I care because it's disgusting and this happens, but it also doesn't change the fact that like, you still don't have to be like turning this into a bullying situation to Sarong. So yes, this is the kind of person that Sarong is. She doesn't pick up on this stuff. She will just do it when you tell her, but she's also kind of manipulative. And we see that as the story goes on, when she starts to figure out things. And we also are hinted at like, oh, this might be the reason why she's on medication, and that she might have thought about hurting people. And yeah, so, you know, as we find out the backstory for some of these other characters who are involved in the humiliation game, we find that, you know, some of them are misunderstood. You know, the guy I showed you, he used to have a crush on Subin. He really liked her, and she rejected him. And since then, he's kind of, you know, been her friend and been by her side, but, you know, he liked her because she was different. And then when he found out something about her, he kind of, I don't want to say lost interest in her, but she wasn't special anymore. And that is something that also bothers Subin. You know, she liked the fact that she thought that he had this crush on her and was just going to be obsessed with her. So when she finds out like, oh no, he actually might like Sarong, that fuels her anger even more at Sarong. So you have his backstory. Then you have Subin. We find out why Subin is like this. She was groomed by her art teacher. And when she confronts him, like, did you even really like think I was special? And he basically says like, you know how, you know, that kid who was in class, the guy I showed you, he said he liked you and, you know, you kind of rejected him, but he said something to you that kind of made you feel kind of good. And you probably have done that to him. You kind of strung him along. Well, that's what I did to you. I just used you for what I wanted. This really breaks her. And she's still not emotionally mature enough to take that and not continue to be the shitty fucking evil bitch that she is. It fuels her even more. It makes her more hateful. It makes her turn on these people in the group with her. And it is interesting to see the way that these young kids turn on each other in very passive aggressive ways while still trying to maintain a friendship. But they're all frenemies, you know what I mean? All the while, Sarong is just trying to like have food, you know what I mean? Like her mother is dead. Her father has come and he's trying to beat on her and take her money. And all while trying to keep this secret. And the more things that Subin does, it unravels stuff, but oh my God, like, and I know I've given some stuff away, but I haven't even given every single thing away. Okay, like there's so much stuff going on. And last of all is our other main male character, the person that Sarong does like the dead cat thing to. He might be a little bit like her, but for different reasons. We don't know exactly what his backstory is, but we know that it is very, very important to him that there is no bullying in the school because he's the class president. That was his pledge. But also, he cannot get in trouble. He cannot have anything on his record. And his dad is a politician, I think. And I feel like he is also experiencing abuse at home, but we don't know yet because it's ongoing. Why? I know some things just have to be ongoing until they're completed, but like, why did this have to come into my life right now? Because I need you to be done because I have to know what else is going to happen. So, spoiler over. All of that to say, I Dare You is going to have me in a chokehold. I don't know how long the series will be. I don't know what else will happen. I don't even know when it comes back out, by the way. Okay, so like, I caught up by episode, what episode are we on? 26. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let's see. God damn it. Dude, I hate Webtoon. Why? No! Shit, I hate Webtoon. Anyway, I have to look at my phone. But typically sometimes at the very bottom, you'll see when it came out. But you'll know, okay, so let me actually just say this. That's what I should do. So you kind of see how it'll have a date by it. Eventually when I unlocked them, there was no date. It just says unlocked. And of course I can't get into them because it's registered on my phone and you can only have one device registered so that you could like use your coins. It ain't like that for anybody else, so what the hell? I pay a premium, thank you very much, and I want it on a bunch of different devices so I can have a conversation with my people, okay? And you're really stunting me here, Webtoon, and I will be pissed off for a while about it. So I don't even know when this comes out. I don't know when this comes out yet. I don't know how long this will be, but I'm going to find the author on Twitter. I can tell you that, and I'm following you, okay? Because I'm going to get some updates, and I'm going to figure out what the fuck is going on, and I want to see other things. So don't worry about me. I will be okay, and I will persevere. But yeah, so it's been great. So this was a great reading time. I know I kind of got off topic and moved some stuff around, but girl, I'm still in the process of editing my last reading vlog. I've just not been in a good mood, as I've mentioned many a time, but I'm trying to mentally be better. I do not want to keep having a negative attitude, and I want to keep going, and I've had so much fun reading and talking to you guys, so this is great. So we're back, baby, and I'm going to really mean that this time. Future Connie, please stop being so hard on yourself. Future Connie, please! Please, if you're still feeling like this, let it go. It's going to be fine. That's what I need. So, Connie, you can do this. And so can you. If you're doubting yourself, everything's going to be okay. We're in this to win this. Yes, we are. But anyway, thanks you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Yeah, if you like the video, please like the video. If you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on social media, it's in the description box down below, and you have a good day. Goodbye.